Yeah.
How are you doing, Sean?
I'm doing good. Just
This
ran
is
back
the
from
first
the
time.
grocery store with dinner. So,
This is actually the first time you and I actually talked like this.
yeah.
Yeah, we've been friends for 5 years now. It's been 6. I think 6 years now.
It's been a long time. I know. I see
Man,
you guys all have Terror Birds, Jurassic City, Sand Sharks.
Well, of course, man. We got to honor the master. You know what I'm saying? Of course.
We like to put
The master. Master
we like
disaster.
to put things in our name to honor our guests.
Oh, thank you. It's pretty funny. And don't forget Dead by Dawn. Yeah.
That's right.
Yeah,
That's right.
watch that, but I didn't get a chance to watch it before this week.
See,
I had to go to Jurassic City because that was my first movie I reviewed.
Okay.
So that I had to go. That's my first movie.
That's still pretty near and dear to my heart.
Yeah,
All my friends are in it. What's that?
I literally just got done watching Jurassic City right before they sent the links out to everybody.
I'm sorry.
So I actually had to tell the Cheetah. I had to tell him that use a different name to tell you that we were having you on the show because he's still pissed off that you killed Monique in Jurassic City.
Well,
so I'm just going to introduce everybody. Welcome to the stream. We are live.
Hello.
Hello.
Greetings.
Sean Cain. I'm going to let Patrick introduce because Patrick, this is you, buddy. So you go ahead.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, welcome. I want to say thank you and say hi to Steven and hi to Paul Phoenix. They are here, and we got one more watching us. Our guest tonight is one of my very favorite people in the whole wide world. He's a writer, director, editor, and a hell of an eye for upcoming talent. This is Sean Cain. I've known Sean for about 6 years. He's one of the people that inspired me to do Have Cheetah Will View. Wow. He also is he's also my very first review I ever did on any level, any film review.
I did not know that. Well, it's good to be here. Thank you for having me.
Thank you. You and I met through a mutual friend named Monique Parent.
Yep.
Who you directed in Jurassic City. And that's how you and I became friends. And we have spent countless hours overnight. You have kept me sane many hours. No,
that's good.
No, I'm not kidding. Sean can tell you, I've been up, insomnia, and I'll be there, and he'll be sitting there, and we'll just talk for hours.
Yeah.
I've gotten my film education really from Sean.
I'm sorry.
No, I know how things work now. I mean, before I didn't know how directing goes. I didn't know editing. I didn't know production. I didn't know financing.
What makes you think I know?
Well, because
you're the one with the experience.
I'm just faking it till I'm making it. You know what I'm saying?
All I know is that I've gotten several comments from directors and producers I've interviewed, and a lot of them have come up to me off record and sit there and say, "You know a lot of stuff. Are you sure you're not in the business yourself?" And I'm going, "No, I just know someone who is, and he knows everything."
Well, if I knew everything, I'd be living in a mansion. Money.
Who knows? That's still, I still think this. I still think if you just get one of those damn Hallmark movies, that's our goal. That's our goal to get Sean
I actually do not want a Hallmark movie.
You don't want it
now? I don't know, to jump into it maybe. Like, I have come to the realization I do a lot of editing for Lifetime and not more Lifetime than Hallmark, but I haven't pushed myself to try to direct those films because I don't want to.
Agonizing.
It's just it's a lot more. Okay, so we're all making about the same amount of money roughly, but I get to sit home in my underwear, do my own hours, edit a movie. Why would I want to direct? I've got like 10,000 people breathing down my neck, giving me a bad time. I have to do triple the work. And I don't really like the stories anyway. So
I didn't know. I thought the money was. I thought the money was pretty good. I thought the money was above average for TV film.
I don't know.
And if you don't
It's
like
okay.
the story, I could see you not wanting to. If you don't like it, it's hard to get into it, and I don't blame you there, especially with life.
Yeah, honestly, I just thought, if you just got a couple of those underneath your belt, the money, to me, that's the reason I was thinking about it, because the money aspect of it.
No, nobody's making that much money on this at this level of these types of films, except for maybe the people that are putting up the money and then selling the films. Those guys are the only ones that are making any real money. So
if you're executive producing, you're doing well.
You can do well, that's for sure. So, but schlubs like me, we're just getting by.
Well, I think, like I said to you before, I think your track record is great. I mean, you've done a lot of things that a lot of people haven't done. You've made movies that people have enjoyed. I mean, hell, your movies are what drive us. I mean, we love your type of movie, Sean.
Well, thank you. I mean, I've been very, very fortunate to have a number of opportunities, and I'm real grateful for those. Obviously, I don't know. I've just been in these trenches for so long. I'm ready to sort of like make some more money and make bigger movies and stuff I really, feel passionate about, instead of just, crap for TV. So
you must be doing a lot of writing now.
I stopped. I had for a while, did a lot of writing, but I came to the realization that I'm not the best writer. Like you kind of have to know your limitations. Like, I know I'm great at editing, I'm good at directing, I'm good at coming up with plots and stories, but I feel like I need someone else to help me with those. That's kind of like, that was what I did. That was the first time I did. I feel like I'm going the wrong way here. But Dead by Dawn was the first time I sort of implemented that, because I work with this guy Wes Laurie a lot, and I gave him the story outline of what I generally wanted to see throughout the whole film, and then I had him write it, and I thought that actually worked really well. So that's probably what I will do in the future.
So work with a writing.
Sorry.
No, go ahead, bro.
I was just got a question about the Dead by Dawn. Is that like an Evil Dead influence movie?
It's not. Actually, it was not called
really?
Dead by Dawn at all originally. It was called Cerberus, but then the distribution company didn't want to use it, which I don't blame him, because it's not a good title. So he had us just come up with all these, like, he's like, here, what are some of your ideas for a different title? So we wrote a page of stuff, and kind of as a joke, we're like, Dead by Dawn. Oh yeah, we kind of like that, because I love Evil Dead too. And that was his favorite, so we ended up calling
that's
it.
where I got my name from, because I go by Miss Boomstick on like everything. Everybody calls me Boom. That's like my nickname now.
Well,
but
I'll
I
tell
saw
you,
that. Like,
yeah, I love Evil Dead 2. I'll tell you, this will probably age me, but I saw Evil Dead 2 in the theaters, not knowing anything about it, thinking it was a piece of shit, just going with my friends. Ended up having such an amazing time, because it was like going to a live taping of Mystery Science Theater. Everybody in the audience was making jokes, making cracks, and I went back the next day and I tried to remember some of the things the guys had said to get laughs, and I would like say them at the same spot. But yeah, love that movie. It's so fun.
I absolutely love them.
Yeah, absolutely.
Now, was that your inspiration to get into the business? Was watching that movie? Did that spur you to get
Evil Dead
into it?
too? Yeah, Evil Dead. No, I guess, I don't know. I always wanted to, probably in starting my late teens, my dad had bought this, I don't know if you guys remember, some of you probably remember because you're as old as I am, maybe. They used to have the video cameras that were attached to a VCR. So it's like this giant boat anchor.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. You guys remember that. So he had one of those, and we used to do little skits at home, and my dad was pretty funny. And so I was just so in awe. And that's all I wanted to do, was be as funny as him and do these skits. And I remember like trying to figure out, how are we going to get this camera outside? Well, let's go outside and like shoot some stuff and do some things. And of course you couldn't, because was a giant VCR attached to it. That was probably the first inspiration of me wanting to go out and make movies and just like be funny, because originally I wanted to be an actor, and then I realized I sucked. So I decided to do something else in that field. But I think that's where it came from, was from my dad. Oh.
Okay. So go ahead, Josh.
I was just going to say, I had a chance to meet Leslie Easterbrook one time when I was at a convention. She seemed really, really cool. Was it fun to work with her? Was she pretty receptive?
She's just such a nice lady, real talented. And, I got her for Terror Birds. And, I actually got to meet her from a friend of mine who was, I think she repped her at conventions for a while, but I got to go over to her house and hang out for a little while. I just thought she was great. So I was like, I want to work with her. And she was, just as great as you could imagine. It was such a great time on Terror Birds. And so I only nice things to say about her.
I met her, and of course I've been watching her in horror. And I've been on this kick lately of watching a TV show called Laverne and Shirley.
Oh.
And apparently she was in it. Like the last couple seasons.
Was she?
Yeah.
I haven't seen that since I was a kid, so I was
surprised. I was shocked.
I'll have to check that out. See, I'm sure she's like 12
that was cool to know. Thank you for answering that question.
Sure, of course.
Hobbs is the last American to seen Laverne and Shirley.
It's true.
My mom met one of them. I forget which one, but one of them came. We have this big festival every year in my hometown, and every now and then they'll get like an older actor to like come. Like they had
what up, Rick?
From Chips come, and then they had one of the people from Laverne and Shirley, and my mom went and got a autograph, but I don't remember which one it was.
One of them. Well, I guess my mom went to college with Dawn Wells from Gilligan's Island, so that's her claim. One of her claims to fame is going to college with what's it? Dawn Wells. What she play? Who was she in Gilligan's Island?
She played Marianne.
Marianne, that was it. Yeah, my mom went to college with Marianne. There you go.
No, you don't think
seems to be a little confusion. This is not Quentin Tarantino. Whoever's asking.
I hope I'm a little bit more handsome than Quentin Tarantino.
Yeah.
Although people have said I look like what was that guy? Roseanne's old husband. What's that dude?
Oh yeah,
Tom Arnold. Yeah, someone said you look like Tom Arnold. I'm like,
I met him.
Fuck you.
I get John Goodman.
In a comedy club. I didn't really and we took pictures afterwards, so it's not really technically meeting. But
I don't know. I know a lot of women that love Tarantino. They think he's hot, so it might be a compliment.
Okay.
They're blinded by the color green, as in cash money. That's the case.
Absolutely.
Besides, Sean's a lot more fun than Quentin Tarantino. Writes more entertaining movies.
I don't know. He's probably pretty entertaining. He seems like he has pretty vast knowledge of the cinema. So I don't. I just work on Lifetime movies.
That's all right though.
Kiss My Dress was Flo from Alice.
I loved that one too. I loved Alice. I love that. I just finished that one last year. I'm on an older TV series kick. I watched all the episodes of Welcome Back, Kotter. I watched all of Alice. I watched all of Laverne. I'm trying to find Happy Days, but I cannot fucking find it.
He hasn't seen Happy Days yet, Sean.
That's like my youth are all those shows. So you're like all these older shows. Hey, all the older shows. Back when I was a kid, we watched Happy Days and we liked it.
I love it. I love it. People make fun of me because I watch it now, and I'm 39. So I love it. It is what it is.
That's where Jump the Shark came from.
That's right.
Yep.
Fonzie literally jumped the shark.
Yeah,
I did.
Not the sand shark, just the regular shark.
Well, of course, that's right.
It's Bruce.
Shark friend.
Oh, wow. You guys all have sharks.
Yeah, this is Brett.
Brett, okay. Sorry. Yep. Whoa! I feel like I need a shark. Do we have any sharks?
She pulled out the mask.
Yeah,
I had
look at
that last week because we had the bad CGI shark guys on here.
Oh, right.
Shark head.
I've only done, I think I've only done one shark movie, and that was the very first movie I did for sci-fi was Sand Sharks.
Oh,
So,
nice.
Sand Sharks is awesome.
Yeah, I just I just reviewed that movie last week.
Sand Sharks is awesome.
Thank you, Tim.
You must have so much fun editing. I mean, is editing a fun job, John?
Well, I've always really loved. That's Jesus. My wife just gave me. I asked her for a shark, and she brought me Jesus. I'm not sure what the correlation. We actually have him next to Yoda, so I tell Ronan, my son,
that's a shark.
Obi-Wan
like
Kenobi.
So you see the old people have like a Obi-Wan as Jesus.
Yeah, I saw that. I know. I thought that was hilarious. I'm going to tell my grandkids this was Obi-Wan Kenobi. So I'm sorry. What we're talking about Sand Shark or having fun editing. I have always, I don't know. That was the first thing I picked up. Like when I first started going to college and taking film classes, which I don't recommend to anybody because going to school to learn filmmaking is pretty worthless. But I got to use their equipment, and this was back before non-linear editing. So we were basically 2 VCRs, making cuts on the fly. But I got to use all the equipment, and I would do all these little like editing projects for myself, putting together, like fake trailers and fake, things. And I just always really loved that aspect. That was what really, for me, like directing a film, I would direct it just so I know I'd get good footage in the editing room and I could put that together. So, yeah, for the most part, I have fun. And even if it's a movie I hate, I sometimes can get into the editing part and sort of lose myself and just be there for hours. A lava shark movie. They probably have. So, yeah, for the most part, I think recently, though, I keep feeling like I'm editing the same movie over and over. So
it's because they have a formula. That's the thing about Lifetime and Hallmark. You already know they have.
I know.
And sci-fi, like and a lot of the silent movies, almost have a formula too.
They do too, but the thing about those movies, I always found that they're actually infinitely more complicated to do because of all the effects that are in the film. For these Lifetime thrillers, there's like hardly any effects, so
yeah,
who cares? But you really have to wrap your mind around these movies as a whole. Even if they suck, it doesn't matter because there's so little money too that they're not going to redo these effects over and over. So I really had to use my brain to figure out, okay, so with the shark and going on the beach and biting this person, you really have to figure out how are we going to edit this perfectly and get those VFX done perfectly. And so it's a lot of work, but the kind of work that I like because it keeps me interested. So
right.
Yeah.
On a movie like Sand Sharks, do you do dailies on a movie like that, or is the shooting schedule too short to do dailies?
To do dailies?
Yes.
I gotta be right back.
I don't remember if we did dailies. It really depends. Yeah, it depends on the producer. Some of them are very adamant about dailies, but again, that's never really been my job to do those. That's usually somebody else puts those together. Strings those out every day. So, yeah, it just depends on the producer. If they feel, if they're nervous about, say, the director or nervous about what's going on, then they are going to absolutely want dailies. And I've had instances where they get me on right away, and I'm editing, the footage the day after they shoot it. I edited it, even though I didn't really get the credit. I edited a film called Lava for Cinetel, which Cinetel was the craziest about. They were not really nice to the directors. Don't tell anybody I said that. But yeah, I was I had to be on top of that every day, making sure that, they were getting the footage they needed to get. So yeah, it just really depends on the comfortability of the producers for that. So.
Now, has anybody like a director that you worked with, have they it's got to be like two schools of thoughts. One is just a journeyman. They know what they need to do. They need to come in there, get the movie shot on time, under budget. And then there's probably some that are rather more new that still have the stars in their eyes, who think that their movie, what they're creating, is going to be the next good thing. I mean, how do you work with directors like that? I mean,
I just tell them shut up and do what I tell them. No. Yeah. I say, shut the fuck up. This is your edit, and you're gonna like it.
Do your fucking job.
Yeah, well, kind of. I'm not usually the one that does that, but there'll be somebody that will do that. If I mean, I've been pretty fortunate, for the past number of years where sorry, my son is doing something weird. What are you doing over there, pal? Sorry. I've been very fortunate where I don't have to work with directors that just are new and suck, because once you get to that level, like, they're usually not going to give you that opportunity yet, So most of the people I work with are journeymen. They know what they need to get. But there have been a few instances where, clearly this person doesn't know what they're doing and the footage they have sucks. But I still have to deal with it. I'll let the producers know that, we're having issues here, but, you just got to deal, and sometimes that will create reshoots. Like, especially with the sci-fi movies, typically there would always be maybe 1 or 2 days of reshooting, because that's less expensive than all the VFX. But usually I just have to deal with,
Derek mentioned about Lava Tarantula. I had Steve Guttenberg, Marion Ramsey, and Michael Winslow.
Yeah, that was hilarious.
Yeah.
I absolutely love those movies, especially when they did one of the Sharknadoes. They did a crossover with Lava Tarantula. That was just so funny. I don't remember which one it was.
Lava Tarantula did. Yeah, they had a crossover. The funny thing was, so I did like the first edit, but then they went back. So I wasn't part of that, but they had what's his face, the Finn character, I think, had a cameo in Lava Tarantula. So I wasn't there for that, because that came way after. But yeah, they had that crossover, and then they did Lava Tarantula 2, and that was bad, so bad.
I like.
We're gonna hold off on the yelling out and cursing. I didn't know your son was in the room. I apologize.
Oh, I've got the headphones on, and besides, so he can't hear you guys. Plus, I unfortunately swear around him all the time. So
okay.
I'm bad.
We try to be respectful in the midnight hours. So sometimes, unless it's after like 1, then it gets kind of crazy. So.
Yeah.
It's only 7:30 here, so we're still like.
Oh yeah.
Hanging out.
I love your son's name.
Me too.
Yeah.
I love your name, Ronan. What do you think? Do you have a cool name? Yes. He's just watching his iPad. So yeah. Anyway,
his son's name is Ronan.
Ronan, yeah.
So that's an awesome name.
Thanks. Yeah. He's a pretty cool kid for the most part. Are you a cool kid?
So how does how long does it typically take for you to kind of complete a film? Is it about a 6-month process to a year, or is it?
No. Typically, these films are shot in 12 days, and for the most part, I'll probably knock out a edit in 3 weeks.
Okay.
And then there might be some notes, and that's probably another, I don't know, few days. And then I'm out. I just, I give the assets from the film to the other people, the online, the colorist, the sound people, and then the musician, and then it's up to them. So, for the most part, like when I was talking about Lava Tarantula and Centipede, those would be infinitely longer and more complicated, because they would just, the producers would get in there and they just would frame fuck those movies to death. So that would I did another film for them called LA Apocalypse, I think it was. And that was actually, I don't know if it was 6 months, but that was a few months. And that was just because it was not shot well. There were tons of problems. We had all these reshoots. So I was there for all of that. And yeah, they just, like, the producer was like, what do we do with this? And so that's it. But they were paying me by week, so that was awesome for me. but
the only reason I mention it is because I'm following like there's a movie that's being on GoFundMe that's been doing it for like 2 years, and they keep extending it. I'm not going to mention the name.
Yeah.
And like they're into year 2 now, and like they're talking about other movies other than the one that they're trying to make. And I'm just wondering, are they putting people on? I mean, 2 years to make an independent film? I mean,
well, okay, I'll tell you, the very first feature, which I don't really consider a real feature, that I did, this is my backyard video. It's called Naked Beneath the Water. And I originally started shooting that in 1992. And it took me 2.5 years to finish it. But that was because it was literally like me and my buddy shooting, doing everything behind the scenes. And then a few, there weren't even real actors in front of the camera. And we weren't doing it every day. We were doing it, I don't know, on weekends every once in a while. So if it's that kind of thing, if they have no budget and that there's like no people, then yeah, it could take a really long time to get that done.
Well, the problem is they did a GoFundMe and they raised $20,000.
That's not very much.
Yeah, I know. And I don't know. They're doing another campaign to get another 20,000.
Yeah. But
they only have one mini trailer. So I was just curious if.
Oh, they got a mini trailer. Whoa, fancy.
Yeah.
So I never had a mini trailer. Jeez.
That's all they were able to put out. So it's like, I don't know what's going on, if it's going to take another 2 years or what. I'm just curious that,
maybe they're saving it for a better craft table.
I mean, some of the movies, again, like when I did Dead by Dawn, we did that in like 12 days. But it did take me a long time to finish editing it, only because I had all these other like jobs that I had to do, to pay bills. So, it is harder when you're doing like pretty low budget films and there's only a few people, that it's a shitload of work to make a movie. So without knowing, anything about them, I can't say for sure. But when you get to the level of these Lifetime and, like a more professional level, you're on a deadline. You don't get time to screw around. Like you just got to get it done because it's going to be on the network at some point. So, and they spend money and they have a bunch of people doing all these jobs. So it really depends on their situation.
Yeah. And, then we'll review Wild Eye movies where they have like, in the IMDb, it'll say the budget was $300. So it's like, well, we don't know. Being that we're not in the industry, we don't know.
Well, and some of mine, I think somebody put on Jurassic City was made for like 1.2 million or 1.5 million. I'm just like, who the fuck put that on there? Because that is the biggest lie in the world.
Yeah, I've noticed that IMDb is not always truthful.
No, it's not. It's mostly bullshit. I mean, most of the movies that I work on, the sci-fi ones and these Lifetime ones, are made for roughly like $250,000-$300,000. So that's the range, budget-wise, that we're talking here. Sometimes it can be a little bit more. Sometimes it can be a little bit less, but not that much less. So, with that kind of budget, you can get a good crew. You can get, named actors and get a movie done. I made, I don't know, maybe I shouldn't say the budget, but I made Dead by Dawn for $55,000.
Nice.
Wow.
And I've done Silent Night, Zombie Night. I made for 35, which is, I would never try that again because it's just too low. Like 55 for me is like the lowest, and that's even a lot of positions are not being filled, by people who are doing multiple jobs, and it's still really difficult. And you can only make a certain type. Like this movie takes place mostly in a cabin in the woods, right. So you have to. And I think one of the reasons I was able to get away with it is because we went up to a place called Pine Mountain Club. I stuffed all the crew and cast in like a couple of cabins, and they couldn't leave. Like, you're not going anywhere until we finish this movie. I'm sure if they were able to go, they would have stayed and we would have finished the movie. So you have to be kind of crafty with your people.
Yeah, because we have a buddy Dave Maggot, he made a really good movie, and like it's got a lot of us. And again, we're not just being biased because he's our friend, but
Sure.
a lot of people seem to dig it. And he put about 10,000 into it, but it's a low budget film too. You know. So
Yeah,
that's
you
interesting
can't.
to know.
Well,
Yeah.
you know, it's funny. I did a Fangoria symposium like years and years ago with Mike Flanagan before he was huge, right? So this is like an indie filmmaker. He did a movie called Absentia, which I think he told me he spent like $26,000 on it. And he gave me, because funny, he gave me a copy, like a one he made himself. He's like, hey, can you watch this? And it was great. I thought it was really great. And so he made that for about half of what I did Dead by Dawn. And now he's got this flourishing career. So, you know, if you're a good storyteller, you'll make a good movie. You can make a good movie.
Yeah, that's really cool to know. That's awesome.
Yeah. Larry's asking a question of Ishani. He wants to know, has there ever been a movie that you made that you didn't want your name on?
Yeah, almost all these movies I work on. No, just kidding. I did one recently. I just hated it so much. I'm not going to say what it is. But I wouldn't take my name off it because it's just a credit. No, there really hasn't been anything that bad. I mean, there are a number of movies I edit that I really detest, but not to the point where I'm going to take my name off it. So no, I've been lucky in that respect that hasn't happened.
I've noticed in doing this interview that it seems like you've turned into your own. You really turned into your own worst critic, and I really am sort of sad with that because I can't emphasize to you, Sean, how much entertainment that you brought, at least to me. And I think I know a lot of other people. I know a lot of other people feel the same way. Your movies are a lot of fun. They're exactly the type of movies, like I said. Your movies are what this community, what the people in the chat, we love your type of movie. We want, of course, you know, we always want to support what you want, but I wanted to sit there and say for what you've made, we love it. And
well, thank you. I appreciate it. The one thing that I would love to do more sci-fi movies.
Yes.
The one thing that was such a bummer was, so I worked on a movie called Rise of the Dinosaurs, aka Jurassic Attack.
Yeah.
And I actually directed the reshoots on that. And because that did really well, that's the same producer put up the money for Jurassic City. I was so excited. As we were in post on Jurassic City, that's when the Sci-Fi Channel retooled everything and decided to cut all these monster movies out. So we kind of got hosed because we lost our sale to the Sci-Fi Channel and then the sale to Russia or something like that. But even if they're crappy, I still had so much more fun on the monster movies than anything else that I would, even if they're, I mean, for me, like I'll watch something like Jurassic City and I'll see like, man, the beginning, I just feel like I could have done so much better. But then there'll be parts in it that I really like. And of course I put all my friends in it. It's like, oh yeah, there's What's-Her-Face, there's Monique, there's that. So I like them, but I guess I feel like if I'd been as good as, say, Mike Flanagan, I'd be doing something like Dr. Sleep at this point, you know, which I thought was a great movie. So yeah. I guess I feel like I don't usually compare myself to a lot of people, but I feel like I've had so many opportunities at this point. If I had just been a better storyteller, I probably would not be editing other people's shitty Lifetime movies. I would be directing stuff that I'm more interested in. And so that's kind of why, I don't know, I get bummed out.
Well, but now that you've realized this, now going forward, I mean, you're gonna find a couple of writing partners. I mean, you know, all you really need is someone to help shape your vision. You got a good vision. You just need someone to help shape it a little bit.
I need the money. What are you talking about? Forget about the writers. I need the money. No, I mean, there just hasn't been opportunities presented because right now where I'm at in terms of, you know, where I'm working, the circles that I'm working on, like all the money is on these Lifetime, on these Christmas, Hallmark, like that's where the TV money is, and everybody's making these movies.
Yeah,
and personally,
I
am not interested in writing or directing. I mean, I guess if someone said, "Here, you want to direct this movie? We're going to pay you money." Okay, I would probably say yes because I don't say no to anything. But for me to like find any passion, because you really, if you know, it's such a grueling process to make these movies. If you are not passionate about what you're doing, it's gonna suck. It's just gonna fucking suck, and you're gonna have a terrible time. Yeah,
like heart and stuff into
yeah,
it.
you pour, you know, and so I haven't seen like a lot of opportunities because even with like Dead by Dawn, which I thought turned out great, and I'm really happy with it. The opportunities for it to get anywhere are they're just not there because the physical media is dead pretty much. Like we got a DVD out of it, but I don't know if anybody bought it. It's just like there used to be, you know, say 10 years ago, so many opportunities for low budget horror people to get their movies out there, get the physical media, to make that money back, take that money now, make another movie. Because the guy who put up the money for this movie, as soon as we get that money back, we're going to make another movie. But they just, you know, it's just streaming doesn't pay anything.
No.
You know, they just screw filmmakers left and right. Yeah. So that's why everybody's doing this TV shit, because there is money there. You know, if there's no money, they're not gonna make these products. They're not gonna make these movies, which sucks.
One of my questions I was going to ask you is streaming going to kill independent filmmaking?
It has killed independent filmmaking. You know, it's dead. Because I have a story I really want to make, which is based on a short story by the same guy who helped me write this. It's a body horror movie. I can't wait to make this movie. But again, like, even if we get the money, I mean, nobody may see it, because that's always been like such a depressing part. You make these movies and then like nothing. You know, you just read comments on YouTube or comments on IMDb about how these filmmakers suck ass and they should fucking die and I want to kill them all. It's like, dude, I made a movie. You want to kill me because I made a movie that you don't like? Like, fuck you, man. So it just gets
an argument with somebody one time. There's like, it was in some like horror community thing where people talk about different movies, whatever.
Yeah.
And this person's like, their post was, why do we give people, the indie filmmakers, money to make films? Why don't we just give all the money to like big projects, like something that I was like, if you didn't have these indie movies, you wouldn't have a lot of those bigger projects.
Right.
I mean, you wouldn't have like Saw and whatever else. I couldn't think what else I used for like a example. It's like, if you don't have these, you're not going to have those.
Right. Because the first Saw was a very low budget compared.
Right. Agreed. Yeah.
And it was good. It was like something new. I mean, I liked the first one, and then they turned it into whatever they turned it into.
Yeah. Agreed. But like, Evil Dead started out as that too.
Right. Yeah, I guess. Yeah, the thing is, like, I think people like myself and all of you, you know, we see these sort of big budget horror movies, and most of them are just crap. You know, they're just junk. They're formula. They're boring, and you're trying to find sort of a unique.
Oh.
And it's just getting harder and harder to find those people. So.
I want to send a special shout out to our good friend Andrew Ballino. Sorry, Andrew, I didn't do a really good job of the description. I was having some PC issues, buddy. Andrew is a very well-known YouTuber in our community. Welcome, Andrew, to the stream.
What up?
I have a quick question.
Sure.
It's not really pertaining. Well, it's somewhat pertaining to your movie, but it's like combining two things.
Sure.
It's like, what do you think is more believable? Like your sand sharks that are ancient and they actually evolved to live in the sand, or a megalodon that has not evolved and just broke out of the ice into a lake?
A megalodon. A shark. I mean, did you hear? I mean, I'm sure the description of how the sand sharks actually like work. Like, it's like. Okay, it's cool.
They kind of like evolved. Yeah, I get what you're saying, but they kind of like evolved to that. You know, they still have like an evolved process, but the megalodon just breaks out of ice. And
I could believe that. I can believe that.
It just makes me mad. I've seen 2 movies so far that they just like break out and they're in a lake that is, and one of the lakes was water.
We're trying to get a T-shirt for her.
Yeah.
We're trying to get a T-shirt for her that says "Take the Megs out of the lake."
Oh, you don't like those? Well, they actually have a term. It's a term in the sci-fi called fudgy science, and that's the pseudoscience behind these sci-fi movies of how it actually works. As long as it sort of sounds okay, they'll go for it, So
yeah, those was 2 wildlife films, and like Hobbs said, at the end of one of them I reviewed, I was like, take the megalodon out of the lake, put him somewhere else, just take it out of the lake.
Well, a lake is probably cheaper to film at.
Probably.
That's why they did it.
I'm just trying to figure out how the sand shark breathes in sand.
I would not think about it too closely on any of these films. The thing is too, like I did the volcano movie that happens in LA. It's actually not. That's not possible. There will never be a volcano erupting in LA. It's just scientifically, that's just not a thing. But you make up these things, like it sounds like kind of interesting, and everyone's like, oh yeah, that sounds great. So that's fudgy science, So none of this stuff. I mean, it's all.
I know there's a couple movies with like flying sharks and whatnot. And I didn't even get as pissed off about those as besides the megalodons in the lake. I don't know.
You just have a megalodon problem.
Yeah.
Our good buddy Vince also, he's watched some of your films as well. Vince, what questions did you have today, buddy?
Sorry.
Actually, I was wondering about Silent Night, Zombie Night.
Okay.
I was wondering about your locations on that.
Right here. I did most of it right here in my apartment. I did that movie. When did I do that movie? 2008. So where I live, it's kind of borders on an industrial or a bit, like a business. What do they call it? A residential, and then a business, whatever the hell they call it. When I get old, I forget words. Anyway, so at night and weekends, it was just Deadsville. So we shot it all here at my apartment, all the stuff outside, and I think we went to the DP's house. The other house is the DP's house, so we just used our locations. But I'll tell you the funniest story was, so I'm out there, and if you've seen the film, you know that the 2 cops are running around with shotguns and guns and stuff. So I'm inside because I'm actually having to put zombie makeup on because our lead zombie in the middle of shooting got run over by a car. He's okay. He's okay. I mean, he wasn't hurt too badly, but he couldn't come back.
Damn.
So I was the only one that could fit in his suit.
Wow. Please tell me he was in makeup when he got hit.
No, he wasn't. He was riding his scooter. Why anybody rides a scooter in LA is beyond me. But Tim Muscatel, no more scooters for you. So I'm the only one that could fit in his wig. What's that?
He almost came back as a zombie.
I know, really. So I was the only one that could fit in his suit and his wig. So I had to actually do the rest of his scenes direct in zombie makeup. So anyway, I'm inside getting ready, and the DP is setting up the shot of the 2 guys running down the street. And all of a sudden I hear, "Get on the curb, put your hands on your head." And I'm like, what the hell? Because I don't live in the greatest area. So I thought, oh shit, are there like gangbangers that are like fucking with us? I go outside, I see a helicopter. I see all these cop cars converge on us, and my cast and crew is all lined up on the sidewalk, all like this. So I guess someone had called in on us because we had the guns, and they thought we were the gangbangers. And I had to go out and explain, it's just a zombie movie. We had our permits, so we were okay. And they're like, just next time, make sure you tell your local precinct what you're up to. Hi, okay, no problem. Don't confiscate our stuff. So yeah, so that was quite the
Didn't they see the zombies running around?
Well, they did see the zombies, and I think they started laughing, and they realized.
I mean, like the person who called.
Oh, I guess they didn't. Well, I think what happened is they were like running from around the corner, so it was probably somebody on the other street, so they didn't see any of the zombies.
Oh,
that's my guess, or maybe they're just screwing with us, or I don't know. But yeah, that's also all my friends were in that movie. So I'll tell you, you know why I'm good at casting? One of the gals that's in that is now in that. She's in that sci-fi show with Alan Tudyk. What's it called? The Alien or something like that?
Oh, the Alien Resident.
Yeah. Sarah
Yeah,
Tomko
I
is
love
now
that
like
show.
she's the female lead in that show, and she plays one of the zombies in Silent Night, Zombie Night. When I saw her, I was like, I knew that girl was talented. So.
I'm glad you segged into that, because that's one thing I really appreciate about you, Sean, is that you have a great eye for spotting talent. How do you do it?
That's a good question. No, it's pretty easy, I think. You can just you can see an actor pretty quick. There's certain levels of acting, obviously. So there's people that just suck. Who cares? And then there's people, like I say, they're like the lifetime talent. So they're just talented enough, and they work enough, and it's very surface, and it's fine. You know, it works. It's whatever. But then occasionally you'll find somebody, and it's like they can pull stuff out even more. I don't know. You just watch them, and you can see they're thinking, they're doing, like without even like saying anything. They're just interesting to watch. Like if I edit a scene together, sometimes I'll use their coverage even if they're not talking, because they're interesting to watch, opposed to the person that's like blah 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 blah. Like I worked on Eruption LA with Lexi. And she was like that. She just like, she could pull that out. It was just like, yeah, great. But that's the thing. Directing is it's really difficult. It's grueling. It's not a lot of fun. The only time I actually have fun is if I'm sitting there and I'm watching one of these actors, like just really like do something and just like, wow, there's the magic. The magic, it happened. Like there it is. And now it's gone. So fleeting moments of magic is, I guess, what keeps me going.
Now, do you have talent agencies to find? Or do you basically use your same actors? Or?
Well, I have used a lot of the same actors. I think I've only made one movie we were able to afford a casting agent. Because a lot of these, sci-fi at that level, they didn't want to spend money on casting agents. So, so I often, if I find somebody that I really like, I will try to continue to use them over and over and over again. So, yeah.
What's up, Gypsy? Welcome to the chat. Larry, welcome to the chat.
Hi,
Derek,
everyone.
Tim, welcome to the chat.
The chitty chat.
Yes. What other questions do you guys have? Come on, Boom, Vince, Cheetah, load them up.
Oh, I got a question.
Go ahead.
Okay. Lay it on me.
Oh no, I want to share. I definitely want to share. I want to, I'm sure there's some people out here that want to ask questions too. It seems like Care Birds is really popular in the chat.
Yeah.
Wow.
I saw that
earlier
this week. I enjoyed it.
Well, good. That was a pretty rough shoot. We shot that in Texas in midsummer. Every morning at the hotel room, we would take towels and we'd get them really wet, put them on our back of our neck, go out to shoot these movies. We had some issues with one of the actresses. I won't get into it too much, but that was a tough shoot.
I got a question from Derek. He's asking a somewhat different skill set, but Dean Condrey was able to transform from low budget to big budget. Do you feel it's harder these days for filmmakers to make a similar leap? Is that because?
Well, that's a good question. It's funny. I noticed a few years ago that they started like taking guys like, say, Mike Flanagan or Adam Wingard, who were doing sort of lower budget movies, and they were doing like huge big budget movies. And obviously those guys are very talented. So is it hard? Yeah, it's hard because it's like you just need that one opportunity and then it all just like boom. So, but getting to that opportunity, finding that right moment where they decide you're the guy. Because I guess the thing is too, it's like, even if you are not talented, even if you suck, like once you get into this space, like for me, I'm an editor on Lifetime movies. Okay. So I'll get calls all the time. People will call me up. People that I don't know. Hey, come work on my movie. So I've gotten into that space, right? where I'm that guy. I'm the guy who can edit the Lifetime movies. So you have to get into that. And once you're there, it's like you're there. But finding that opportunity to get there, that is hard, because a lot of times what'll happen is you'll work like Dean. You talk about Dean Kudney, the DP, I think. I think I saw the Dean Kudney. Yeah. Because he did the. He was doing stuff for Spielberg way back then, but I think he also was he on The Howling as well, or he did some other horror movies. But I think if you're able to be a part of one movie that suddenly like blows up, it gets
like
insanely
James Wan
popular.
could be an example too, like he did.
Which one?
Saw. James Wan could be an example too, like he did Saw. And now he's doing the Conjuring universe.
Absolutely. It's just that one. If you do that one film that like is real popular and does real well, and makes a lot of money for people, that's what it is. Then you'll get then they'll think you're the guy that can do this for me again.
Right.
And you get another opportunity, and even if you fail, you're still kind of like in the club now. So you just have to find that one film that'll catapult you. I'm trying to find that one film that's going to catapult me out of the Lifetime arena into something I like. Yeah. Oh, he did Halloween. Okay. Well, that was a thing. If he did Halloween, then that was a thing. Like all those guys, like John Carpenter, man, he did Halloween, and he went on to do a slew of amazing movies. Like he's a great example, because I think he got an opportunity. I think I read this somewhere where he had somebody, I don't remember who, giving him money. Like, as long as you didn't exceed this budget and you're making a horror movie, you could do whatever you want. And so that's what he's doing, like Prince of Darkness and They Live and stuff like that, which are all great, because then he just got the run of it. But he's there. He's that guy. He's making those movies. So people are going to start giving him more and more and more money. So that's just what happens. You have to get that hit, and then you're.
Yeah.
So, but it's harder to climb through TV than it is features, right?
It's what?
It's harder to climb that ladder going through TV projects than it is, independent features, right?
Yeah, for a director, because the director is not usually the boss on the TV shows. I mean, I'm basically doing feature films, even though they're TV movies. So it's kind of a weird TV feature film hybrid. But yeah, I mean, nobody's going to look at a Lifetime movie and go, "Yeah, that's so great." You kind of have to. Yeah, you have to.
I'll have to sit there and say this though, if I can. I do think you can catch lightning in a bottle in that format, because I mean, a lot of people know this already, and you already know this, but I do watch Hallmark movies. I actually watched quite a few of them.
I'm the only girl on this panel, and you're the one that watches Hallmark.
I know what. No, I actually worked on. Well, it wasn't a Hallmark, but I did a Christmas movie. It actually ended up for Paramount. It was with Andy McDowell, and that was great. It had amazing talent. I actually really liked working on that. But that did,
Was that the Beach House?
No, it's called Dashing in December.
Okay.
So
I think
that was it's a bigger budget. I guess it's probably a couple million or whatever it was. I don't know. But that was nice to be at that level, working with like real talent. The guy from Fuller House, I know it's probably a terrible example. The guy with the accent from Fuller House was on it, but he was amazing. So then, like, editing those guys together was a dream. It was just like, oh man, Andy McDowell, this and that. So that was nice. But I don't think people don't regard those films the same way as they would Saw or Halloween. There's not that same fan base. Like, these films are something you put on in the background, and you're kind of probably doing something else. Like,
I would think so. I've never watched them. I couldn't get into them.
My mom watches those.
They're just so monotonous.
Yeah, they are.
What's up, the horror man? The horror man's in the house, and I think Vince had a question too.
Oh,
yeah. Yes, I do.
Yeah.
I was just wondering, when you're directing a film, do you ever catch yourself like looking at people or a location and just like, God, I wish I had a camera?
I probably did at one point. I have seen, there's actually a place in the Santa Monica Mountains that I found, I don't even know, like probably 15 years ago. It's real interesting because I don't know if you guys know the history of, so back in the, I guess the 30s, the onset of World War II, Los Angeles actually had a Nazi enclave working.
Yeah.
Have you heard this story before?
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So I found some remnants of, that enclave, which is
Wow.
this creepy stone. It was like a stone building. And I think they used to keep the diesel fuel in there. That's why the city doesn't want to own it. It's not really owned by anyone because once they claim ownership, they have to clean up all this diesel fuel. But anyway, you go into this building and it had all this graffiti on it and all this stuff. It was just creepy as hell. And I started writing a whole script based on this location, like an old Nazi, Dracula type of thing. And so, yeah, that has happened where I've seen stuff and go, oh my God. A friend of mine, they were renovating an old creepy chateau in France. And I was like practically one of the and I was like practically begging her to let us come out there and shoot something, and didn't work out. But so, yeah, sometimes I'll see something and go, oh my God, this would be so.
Welcome, Holly Hobby.
People, in terms of people, I'll see some.
You're cutting out a little bit there.
Yeah. Oh, was I cutting out?
Yeah.
Oh, so I'm just like blah blah blah. And I'm just
We thought you were doing a silent movie.
Did that film that you was just talking
Not for
about?
Nosferatu.
Did it get
Yeah.
past the writing stage? Did it get? Because that sounds interesting. With the
No, I didn't. The script kind of sucks. I showed it to a few people. They're like, "It's a great idea, but it needs a lot of work." And I agree, it does actually. But if I ever get any real money, because I love the old Hammer films, I would love to do a series of horror films, and instead of having like Peter Cushing and what's his face, Saruman, and all those guys, I'd get Jeffrey Combs, Ray Wise, and Bruce Campbell, and those would be my three guys. I'd put them all in this movie together.
that would be amazing, no matter what it was.
Because I know Bruce Campbell and Ray Wise are huge Dracula fans.
Uh-huh.
So this script, I was like, yeah, I'm gonna get those guys. So I had two parts for each of them in the movie, but never got made. So maybe one day.
He just made Boom happy by saying Bruce.
Oh, dude, he's the best. I have it. If you look at my YouTube channel, I went to E3 one year, and this was back before they were charging $1 million for autographs and stuff, and I actually got him to say stuff to me on camera. So go look at my YouTube, and you'll say, what is it called? Bruce versus Velvet Hammer Films or something like that. So he's great. Oh, I love that guy. Oh man.
At Wizard World, and I was wearing a shirt that said Groovy, and it had a chainsaw like going one way, and then a shotgun going the other way.
Oh, really?
It was like my first convention, so we went back there. It was like a big photo op thing. We went back there. I literally couldn't say anything. He pointed at me and said Groovy, and I could not talk after that. I just, you could see me in the picture. I'm just like standing there. I couldn't say a word. And then as we was leaving, I just like, you're awesome. That's the only thing I was able to like say to him.
He's the best.
I was so nervous. And I would love to see him again just because I was just so nervous. And it was my first convention and meeting like one of the greats.
Oh yeah. Oh my God.
Hey, Boom, tell Sean your other couple favorites.
What do you mean?
Like Joe Bob?
Oh yeah, Joe Bob.
Yeah, Joe Bob's great.
I love Joe Bob. Yeah.
Yeah.
I am huge into Joe Bob. He kind of introduced me to horror movies. I wasn't allowed to watch them when I was young, and then in the 90s, I stumbled across Monster Vision. So he introduced.
What's up, Kevin?
Me to that. So yeah, I'm huge. Then when he came back, I was just all out. I actually met him a couple years ago too.
Yeah, when I was a kid, I didn't watch I watched monster movies like old Universal, but I didn't watch regular horror. And even as a teenager, I didn't watch any of the slasher, any of that stuff. Huh? What's that?
I wasn't even allowed to watch Gremlins.
Oh man, well that's pretty hardcore. I got to at least watch that. So I didn't really start getting into horror movies until much later in my life. So yeah, now I've got too many of them laying around here.
Yeah, once I got introduced to like that genre that he, promoted on Monster Vision, I was just hooked. And I think that's why I like the comedies more and like the lower budget movies more, because I got introduced through Joe Bob and the drive-in and whatnot.
Sure. Well, a lot of the low budgets, they just have, it seems like they have more personality. And so
they do.
There's something more fun about those films.
Yeah, like I promote the shit out of Bad CGI Sharks. I absolutely love that movie. And I promote them. I absolutely love them.
Yeah.
We had fun with them last week on here.
I would love to direct a shark movie. That'd be fun, but I have not gotten that opportunity.
It would probably be hard, Bill, depending on what it was, trying to find a location with like the water and getting cameras to do water things. And
that'd be fun. I mean, I don't know. Some of these movies, they've gotten the guys that dive down with the cameras and stuff like that. It's just, you just hire the right guys. That's all.
Just get some GoPros and go underwater.
Yeah, you can. Some of the movies I did, they had good, like the Jurassic Attack. They actually had a small sequence where they jumped out of a plane. So they got real guys to jump out of the plane, and they all just had the GoPros on their heads, and I put that footage together. So
I watched some film. I wish I can remember what it was now, but they did like this big elaborate stunt where like this van, I don't remember if it was a horror movie or not, but like this car like goes over like this cliff or something, and they had like GoPros like all over like I'll call it a cliff, but I don't think it was like more like a big hill, and they had these GoPro things all over, and they did all the shots with GoPros, and it was like you watched it and he's like, you wouldn't have really thought it was done
like
with
this.
GoPros.
Yeah, I've done a number of shows where they supplement the shooting with the GoPros, because you can just stick them in places that you can't always stick another.
Right. And if they get damaged, it's not that big of a deal.
Right, exactly. It's only $500. Ice cream. Did he eat all his dinner? Sort of. That kid.
I can't say that word or my dog will perk up.
Oh.
But I could have felt like Jurassic City had some like Jurassic Park vibes in some spots. Was that intentional or?
I mean, for me, like, everyone's trying to rip off Jurassic Park. Actually, what they tried to do after the fact was that was released around the time they started releasing the Godzilla stuff. And that's why they're trying to make the poster look like a giant dinosaur and all this other bullshit. I mean, for me, what I originally wanted to do something completely different. I had just watched, The Raid Redemption, and I love that film. And I watched Attack of the Block, and I wanted to basically rip those two movies off with dinosaurs. Where these young kids from the projects had to fight dinosaurs like in these building like one of the project buildings, but they wouldn't let me do that.
I absolutely love Attack on the Block.
I love that too. So I pitched that idea to them, and they're like, well, that's a great idea, but how do you feel about having sorority girls in the movie? I'm like, well, I guess if you're going to let me direct it, I'm perfectly fine with that. So, I mean, I don't know what I was doing. I mean, the movie is so ridiculous. If I think about like the premise, it's just, to me, I was kind of like, because I just finished Jurassic Attack, which nobody saw, but in my mind, I was basically doing a continuation. I'm just editing that movie. That's Jamie is directing that movie. In my mind, it was a continuation of Jurassic Attack, because in Jurassic Attack, it was kind of like Forbidden World or whatever, where they find the dinosaurs. It's like its own ecosystem. And so in my mind, they're like, everybody's going to know this is a continuation. And we all know where the dinosaurs came from. So I didn't do a lot of the backstory. And, I didn't really say that these are genetically modified, which I should have done. So that's why I personally feel the movie works sort of and doesn't. But what I should have done, because we almost had Burt Reynolds.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. We had approached Burt Reynolds, and we had this crazy idea where at the end of the movie, because Burt would have been in a wheelchair, right? So Burt Reynolds was going to get in this wheelchair, and he was going to ride. And then we found out all the dinosaurs were actually animatronic. and he was going to go inside the dinosaur and control the dinosaur and attack the dude at the end. So it was just going to be like Gonzo crazy movie, but we didn't get Burt Reynolds, so we didn't do that idea.
You could do like there's a movie called Prey. It also has the name Uncaged.
Yeah,
there's a really ridiculous wheelchair in that thing that has like tank tracks on it. It could go up the stairs and shit.
Nice.
Chasing with that is like he's chasing a lion in this wheelchair, and it's absolutely amazing.
See, that's what I should have done, man. I should have Burt Reynolds in a
Put
wheelchair.
him up on a wheelchair with tank tracks.
I really blew it, man. I had that right there, and now Bert's gone, and
yeah, unfortunately,
forget it. No, so I got Ray. But actually, one of my favorite actors in the world is Ray Wise. So,
Ray Wise.
I love the highlight of my career is working 2 days with Ray Wise, and he was so nice.
He's so cool.
Oh yeah, he was really nice, and so that was a lot of fun.
So talk to us about, because we're talking Jurassic City, where did the idea of having that one girl see the dinosaurs as bunnies come into?
Oh.
That was the funny part of the whole damn movie.
I don't know. I just came up with that.
High.
Yeah, she's supposed to be high.
I mean, that was such a funny scene. It made me laugh.
Well, I try to have like just one gonzo moment at least. So in Eruption LA, I've got this where they're all like talking I had them actually suck on helium balloons, and they're all talking funny. Yeah, so I try to have like one really out there crazy moment, and so I don't know. I just came up with this crazy idea where I was going to have her see a bunny and nice bunny, and then it's just like chomp her. So that's probably one of my favorite parts of the movie.
Anybody has any questions in the chat? You have questions for Sean? Throw them out in the chat. We'll get them up.
But yeah, Patrick brought that up. Yeah, I was sitting there because I said I watched it literally right before the stream, and that part I just like bust out laughing. It was funny.
It's pretty funny, yeah. So what kind of questions? Any questions?
None's popping up so far.
Come on, you guys.
No, I got plenty of questions here.
All right, lay them on.
I got a question for you.
Oh,
okay.
Was it? Did you have any hand in Terror Birds, the claws scene, as far as the special effects?
What do you mean?
I might be mixing my movies, but I believe there's a scene in Terror Birds where the claws come down. Looks like a pterodactyl.
No, I don't think so.
Oh, okay. I'm mixing my movies.
I mean, they have claws.
20 movies a week, so don't mind me.
That's all right.
They run funny.
But they or do they?
Just like,
I've done so many movies, sometimes I forget what I've done and what's going on. They use their beaks in Terror Birds.
The
beaks. Yeah, I don't think we had claws in Terror Birds.
I loved how they ran though. It's just like
I know. I mean,
they were on Flacca, maybe. I don't.
Well, a lot of the effects was done by Joe Lawson. He's a great guy, and so he gets responsible. He's been responsible for some of the looks, like of the dinosaurs of the Terror Birds. We give him a general idea of like, well, obviously Terror Birds are a real thing, but like the dinosaurs the look of the dinosaurs that he came up with, which I think he just sort of used them because he directed a movie. I don't even remember what it's called. Another movie, Dinosaur. We kind of use the same dinosaur, but all the looks are kind of like from him, us working together on that. So.
Go ahead, Patrick. Load them up.
Yeah. Derek had a question. He wanted to know, it says, Sean, did you work on behind the scenes for the on-the-scene documentaries for the Jeepers Creepers movies?
I did.
And did you meet Ray Wise through the second one?
I did not meet Ray Wise. I actually originally met Ray Wise on the set of Powder. And then, I don't even know how many years later, then I got to work with him on my movie. But I did do there was a period of time where I worked with a producer, Anya Light, on the Shout Factory re-releases of the horror movies. And so I did do the editing for the behind the scenes of the Jeepers Creepers films. So I did quite a number of those documentaries for the horror titles, which were a lot of them were a lot of fun. So
We talked about young talent, about them getting their starts. My next question is, when you work with someone like a Vernon Wells or Ray Wise or a Greg Evigan, how are their attitudes? I mean, they're the attitudes of where they used to be, or in Ray Wise's case, for sure, still is a pretty well known star. But a lot of times, like someone like Greg Evigan or Leslie Easterbrook, it seems like the movies they're doing, it's just. I mean, how did they come in like it's a job? I'm still, still kicking ass, or did they come in a little bitter because they're doing a low budget, creature feature?
I personally have not had, thankfully, that experience. All those guys have been amazing, and I think if you're an asshole, eventually you're gonna not work. People are just not gonna want to work with you. There is an actor who, if I said his name, you would all know who he is. That I did an editing job, and this guy was the biggest fucking asshole. And I heard so many horror stories, and I think he had that attitude where he's on the shit film, and it was a shit film. Like at the end of the day, the director was an idiot, so he probably didn't know what he was doing. But for me, like all those guys, Greg Evigan, Vernon, Ray, like they've all been great. They don't have shitty attitudes. I think it's just like you could be flipping burgers. But these guys, all I got to do is memorize some lines, do some acting, and they get paid. I mean, who doesn't want to do that? Like, to have a shitty attitude, it's kind of stupid. Like, maybe you're not on the road warrior anymore or whatever. But, I think we're all sort of incredibly lucky to get these jobs, to have jobs, to make money doing this kind of stuff. So, So for me, like, everybody's been great. I luckily have not had that issue.
I always got the impression some of the like bigger stars that don't really work in movies anymore, they kind of like, it's like, oh, I'll do this just to have fun with the movie, because more of their older roles are like more serious. So I get the pressure for the most part. I wouldn't say all of them, but for the most part, they seem to kind of have fun in those like lower B movies.
I can't say if they're having fun or not, but the one thing is, I think people forget is that you got to work, you got to pay your bills.
Right.
So you see these guys. I don't know. Let's take Eric Roberts for an example. Like, he's in everything now, every freaking thing under the sun. Does he like those movies? I don't know, but he's got to pay whatever mortgage or I don't know what he's paying, but
right, like I said,
he's working. For the
most part, some of them seem like they're having fun, and some is like, I'm
right.
Here. But
I think
like, oh, I'm going to just go let loose. I'm older in my career. I'm going to have fun with these movies. But it's not for every case though either.
Oh, I think that's Ramsey. I think part of it too is who they're working with, because attitude is such a big deal on these projects. Like, you'll find people have shitty attitudes, and you just, it'll bring the whole process down. You just like, that's the big thing. Like, as a director, when you get on these films, especially bigger budget films, you sort of establish yourself right away. I know what I'm doing, because the crew, if they're not your friends and never worked with you, they're always kind of like sussing you out at the beginning. Like, if you've never worked with this DP before, it's kind of sussing you out. Is this guy a fucking moron? What can I, maybe not so much what can I get away with, but do I even need to worry about this guy? Like, do I need to care? And then when they realize, okay, well, this guy knows what he's doing. He's not a douchebag. I'm cool. And then they get on with it. And this happens like probably the first few days of the shoot. So, if you're a big star and you've been on these big movies, and now you come down on this shit movie, or what you think might be a shit movie, and the director's an asshole, like, of course you're going to be like, fuck this guy. This guy's a jerk, So I think it really depends, because, a lot of the experiences are really great and some of them aren't. And so that's going to change their attitudes, like with Ray. I told him, the first time I met him, and some of the backstory about that, and how excited I was to work with him, how much I wanted to work with him. And he's like, well, I guess I better do a really good job then. He's kind of joking around, but that might have had something to do with it. Maybe not. Who knows? I mean, he's still going to be a professional, but you know, if they like you, maybe they'll do a little extra, go the extra mile, you know? So, you know, speaking of Eric Roberts, like I have a pretty good Eric Roberts story. This happened so long ago. So he was on this other film, and it was a film with Lance Henriksen, and they were getting along famously. And then I visited the set for a couple days, and as I was there, they got into a fight. I didn't personally see it, but I guess they almost came to blows. And it was something to do with Eric had a monologue, and Eric was all about his monologues because he's had some really good ones like The King of the Gypsies and things like that. And so he had this sort of monologue coming up, and he, I don't know, freaking out about it. So he got in a fight. So everybody like went home, and the production was shut down for a couple of days. And it really was because of him. The crew hated him at this point. They just were so like over this dude. And he called the director, and he was very apologetic. And he's like, I'm going to make it up to you. Like he had this scene where he had to overdose, and he really went all out and did this amazing like overdose scene. And, you know, it was good. And so I think he was just making up for being a jerk on you know, beforehand. So, you know, artists are very temperamental. You just don't know like how they're going to react.
Right.
My dream project as a director is to work with Ramsey Abed on something, because he is the best. That's my friend who's asking that question. What's my dream? I don't know. What's my dream project? That's a good question. I have a lot of different things I want to do that I've written stuff for, but there is this body horror movie that I don't know if I want to say too much because then somebody will rip it off. But it's about a young girl that basically has this creature inside of her that comes out of her belly button, and she does some very interesting things with that. So
interesting.
Yeah.
Larry D has a question. Any Lovecraft style movies in your future?
I wish, because I'm a big Lovecraft fan. I don't have any right now, no, but you know, I've read the books. In fact, I just got this game called Mansions of Madness, which I don't know if you guys heard of that, but it's based on Lovecraft. It's a freaking great game, so good. But I would do a Lovecraft movie.
I'm a huge Lovecraft fan myself. I actually have 2 Lovecraft tattoos.
Oh, do you? It's hard to
you
see,
know,
it's really small.
Cthulhu underwater.
I don't know, it's so small. I can't really see it very well.
And then I have the statue.
Okay, I can kind of see it.
Yeah,
that's cool. Yeah. I started reading those probably, I don't know, when I was a teenager, and I got that like collection of all the short stories together. I just love that stuff. The one that really like answered the question. I want to do the body horror movie.
Sorry, I got off track.
I know. The one I forget the name of it, but the one is the witch who uses like mathematics to do the doorway, and she can go in and out of the house. I was just like, whoa, I wonder if that's real. Hey, you guys, watch out with this table. What are you doing down there? That always got me, because I thought, ooh, maybe mathematics isn't worthless after all. Man, I can use it to slip through houses. But yes.
What were your memories of working on Powder?
Well, I was just like a PA, not even a PA. That actually, I was there for 2 months. You guys be careful. You're going to knock over this table. Well, somebody's bumping the table. Here I'm trying to do an interview, and my kid's practically knocking over the table. I basically got to hang out on that set for like 2 months. They shot that in Houston, Texas. And to me, it was a really eye-opener, because that was the first time I got to be on a real set of a real movie, and I saw, oh yeah, I see what they're doing. Like it's not magic; it's accessible. I could do this, and I think that's what spurred me to start on my first feature, because I felt, having seen what they were doing, like I could do that too on a much lower budget. So it was great. I got to meet Jeff Goldblum and hang out with him, and he's like probably the nicest famous person I've ever met. He used to read. He had a book, I think it was a Brando biography, and he would like read us chapters when he wasn't working. He'd like to have all the young people like hang out with him, and so it was a pretty amazing experience.
Yeah, we have a lot of people in the community that really love Goldblum. a lot.
I love
I
him
think
a lot.
everybody has the Fly box set, and
Yeah.
you know.
I was looking at that the other day. I'm like, ooh, I don't have that. Should I buy it? Oh, wait, I've been spending too much money. I can't buy it. But yeah, I loved him, and he was just so generous because he was a teacher at a school. It was called Playhouse West. I don't think he's doing it now, but they had two, and they're both nearby. And so there were a lot of younger locals who were extras and things like that. And he was, you know, he would spend the time with them and talk to them about what did you want to do, like, you know, acting wise and blah, blah, blah. So I have nothing but amazing things. And he's got a great memory. He can remember, like, if he'd met you 5 years ago, he would remember your name. So he's got this like insane memory. Yeah. So a genius. He's a genius. Yes.
Yeah, that would be somebody amazing, I think, to meet, Jeff Goldblum.
Well, I'll tell you that my biggest starfucker moment was then on Powder. I got to go to lunch. It was lunch with Jeff Goldblum, Laura Dern, Ted Danson, Mary Steenburgen. I think that's it. And me and a couple other guys. And I was just like, what am I even doing here? This is just like, whoa. And Laura Dern is much prettier in person than she is on TV. I was just like, damn. So that was a pretty amazing afternoon.
Yeah, Mary Steenburgen was beautiful too.
Yeah, she's really great. Yeah. So that was cool.
I have a question for you as a director. If you, who was giving you what male actor and what female actor have given you your favorite performances in one of your films, either as a director?
Wow, a favorite.
Yeah, we want names.
You want the dirt?
Want dirt.
Gosh, that's a good question. I mean, obviously, certain actors stand out more than others. I have to say, you know, I got really great performances on Dead by Dawn from Jamie and Bo Burrows playing the bad guys. I mean, I really liked everybody in that, but the bad guys and Tim Muscatel were my favorites. So, I mean, I've been real fortunate. I've gotten, you know, well, of course, Ray, you know, I got to work with Kevin Gage on Jurassic City. He was amazing. Leslie, what's that?
Remember when you and I we had a discussion about Kevin Gage? I was so angry. Yeah,
I have such a terrible memory as I'm getting older. What did we say about Kevin Gage? He's super nice too.
Yeah, that was the problem because I saw him in that movie Chaos, and then I saw him in the movie, and I was like on the warpath about that. I was like, what, that guy? But he said he was a really nice guy.
He is such a generous, gentle, like the dude is like he'd just take you and you know snap you like a twig. But he was so generous, so nice. Because I actually got to meet him before I cast him. He's I know this guy Shane Ryan, who's another filmmaker, and he became friends with him. And so I got to, you know, talk to him a little bit before Jurassic City. And that's I think that's the reason why I cast him in Jurassic City, because I had already met him and really liked him. And so, you know, I don't know if I really have a favorite. I have to say, like, the first real movie I did, the one I consider a real movie, is Silent Night, Zombie Night. And I was saying earlier about the magic, right? So probably the first real, like, was seeing Santa Zombie walking down the street. I was like, oh my God, this is so amazing. Why didn't I have even more of this? Yeah, I should have had him throughout the movie. It's so dumb to only have him in like 5 minutes. But that was great. The guy's name's Chris Gabriel. Yeah, I don't know. I mean, there's, you know, like I said, like not everybody I've liked in all my movies, but for the most part, like, it's been rare where I've had issues with actors. And I've gotten, you know, really good. I think that the trick really is to, is in casting. You know, I don't care what anybody says. Like, the director's job is to cast correctly, because once you do that, once you cast them, you kind of have to let them go and do their thing and trust them to do their thing, because that's what they're there. Now they've got to take that and make it their own. And so you have to cast and just trust. And so hi, do you have a question? No.
No, I was waving by.
Oh,
Somebody was saying night.
Okay. I see what he's saying. Sorry. You just have to trust. So I've had a lot of performances I've really liked.
But
and
you
not-
can actually go that with like your Christmas. You say you're getting Christmas movies. Have that dude just make a whole movie of zombie Santa Claus. And have that dude-
I would love. I actually was writing a sequel to it, but then nobody cared about the first one, so I stopped. But to have more Santa zombie, where does Santa zombie come from? How did that happen? So
Yeah,
that'd have been a good one. But
now that would truly be Adventures with Santa.
yeah, that's right. Adventures with Santa. It was actually going to be more focused on Vernon and Felissa Rose's character prior to like them hooking up with the other guys. But oh well, just keep going. You know.
Jack Mason has a question. What is your advice to some kid watching this now who wants to get into the business one day? That's a great.
That's a good question. Don't do it because you're gonna regret it. No, just kidding. You might regret it. Really, I feel like the best way to break into this business, if you can get on a show, a bigger show, as say a PA or something like that, it's good to just like, it's good to learn by doing and by watching people do it. Like forget about, well, of course it's been a long time since I've been to college, but and I went to San Francisco State, which is crappy for trying to make movies. So maybe they're better now. Film schools are better, but I doubt it. So just do it. The other thing too that I tell people that want to be in this business, that if you are reliable, if you're not a twat and you're reliable, you know, you have a good attitude, you're there on time, you just do your job, you're going to succeed more than probably 75% of everybody else. Because the one thing, because making movies is so difficult, the people that are doing it want to be able to rely on you. They don't want to well, some people will micromanage, but they don't want to micromanage you. They want to say, please do this, and have you go off and do that. And if you can do that, then you're going to get more work. You're going to get better work. You know, you're going to get promoted to something else. So you really have to figure out too, like, what do you want to do?
There you go.
Sean going to cast me an LA eruption tomorrow. I just had some burritos. We're going to have an eruption in LA in about an hour. No, just kidding. I had sushi. So, you know, if you can get on these sets, I would do that. Or try to make your own movies, you know, do that. Even if I tell people to make a short film. My first thing I did was a short film called Checkmates. It was like 10 minutes long. I shot on Super 8 back when they had black and white Super 8.
Yeah.
And it was, you know, that just doing it. That really, like, that's how you learn. I would do that.
Play around with different techniques and see what works for you. And
yeah, the other thing I used to do is I used to watch films with no sound, because it's really interesting in terms of, you know, like editing a lot of times is like being a magician. Look over here. I'm going to make the edit. You didn't see it. I did my job. You know, it's really like sleight of hand a lot of times. And so you watch movies with no sound, you're like, oh, that's kind of weird. And it feels off. It's weird. Like you realize like how much sound is part of that, and just figuring out how to trick people into looking here and then looking there and then looking here. Yeah. So, you know, watching other films is also, that's another good way to figure out where it came before you.
We have a lot of people that say you should watch Halloween, the original Halloween, without sound and see what you think of it.
That's probably true, because even like Jaws, you watch Jaws with no sound, no dun dun dun.
Yeah, I can
it's
imagine
like,
that.
Why is this just a boat?
Water. Why?
Yeah, you're just like, it's just a boat floating around in the ocean. Why should I be scared? So it's such a huge thing, you know. But yeah, you know, it's funny. When I first started getting into horror films, I found this book called Men, Women, and Chainsaws by Carol Clover. Have you guys read that?
I have.
It's fascinating. It's so fascinating because so many people are like, horror. It's like porn. You know, it's just like whatever. Horror people. Of course, this was, you know, years ago. It was way worse than it is now. But to look at horror from sort of an academic point, she talks. One of the things she says that I found so fascinating is, why is there a final girl? Yeah, so because it's like a buffer. Like most of the films, maybe not as much now, but most of the films were watched by teenage boys.
Yeah.
Right. And so when they had a final guy, nah, man, nah. But you had final girl, that was a good buffer, because then the men, it's funny because you watch a movie, you sort of identify yourself with that main character. But if it's not you, you have kind of a buffer, and it sort of makes you feel less anxious. But again, what I found interesting possibly is there was a rise in movies and games where people would play female characters, where they'd have much more powerful women characters. And I wonder if that came from horror having the final girl as a buffer, but then the men were identifying, the boys were identifying and growing up and going, yeah, powerful women. I can identify with that, like subconsciously.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's a lot going on in horror. A lot you can say that you may not normally say in a drama. So, yeah, horror is actually a great genre.
That's an interesting take.
You're muted.
That's an interesting take.
It's a great book. I totally recommend it.
We all love Mark Patton in Elm Street 2. He was a good final boy.
I've got a question from the chat asking you, what is your favorite film in any genre?
Bride of Frankenstein.
Oh, wow.
The Good, the Bad, and the Ugly.
Hell yeah.
Well, I could watch those like
hell yeah
over and over and over and over and over. Grand Illusion, I really love a lot. I don't know. Those are some of them. Yeah, some of my favorites. But yeah,
who's been your favorite discovery? As far as a new face, like you mentioned earlier about Lexi.
Told you some. Yeah, I think I've told you this. Like, I have a massive crush on. There's an actress named Alex Esso. She was in, of course, Dr. Sleep. But I have been trying to get her in my films forever.
For years. Yep.
It's always like some bullshit. Like I tried to get her in Terror Birds, and then something happened. She's like had to do another film, so it didn't work out. I tried to get her on Eruption LA, and they were like, "No, we like Lexi better." Lexi was great too. So sometimes I'll see people. It's funny. Like when I watch, this is years and years and years ago when I was all like putting together films I'm going to make. I remember from Ginger Snaps 2, Tatiana Maslany. Like she wasn't. Yeah, I was like, I wanted her like in all my films. You'd put these sort of cast lists together, like you're going to give it to a producer and you're going to do a budget. I'd do that, and I'd put her in like every film. I was like, yeah, I want her. So I saw her in that, and then I saw her in some other like film where she just had this brief part. This girl's amazing. Oh my god. Now, of course, she's going to be She-Hulk or whatever. So yeah, Alex is still attainable for me, I think, on a film. But that is definitely somebody I've wanted to work with for a long time. Just sometimes you'll see an actor or actress, I don't know, and you're just like, they're going to be good. Hopefully, like Sarah Tomko. Like, thought she was great. I put her in Silent Night, Zombie Night. I tried to get her for the movie I did after called now it's called The Last House, which I fucking hate that title so much. I tried to get her to be the lead in that, but she turned me down. I just knew she was a really great actress, and I'm great. She's in this show. I haven't watched it because I don't have Sci-Fi, but sometimes, you'll just see certain actors, actresses, and you're just like, these people are great, and they're going to probably be going somewhere. So
the Sci-Fi app actually lets you watch. I think it's like the first 3 or 4 episodes for free, but then
does it? But then you get hooked, and you're like,
That's how I got introduced to it, because it let me watch like the first like 3 or 4 episodes, and was like, oh well, this is so funny.
Is
and
it?
My husband doesn't like horror movies, and he enjoyed it and wanted to keep up on it as well.
Yeah, I think the only 2 channels I don't have are Sci-Fi and AMC. And another show I started watching now that it's on Prime was The Expanse, which I guess started on Sci-Fi. And that is, I don't know if you guys watched The Expanse.
Yeah, that's what Elias told us.
Yeah.
Yeah, Elias.
Oh, yeah, Starry Eyes. I saw her in Starry Eyes. That's where I saw her, in the Starry Eyes. Great movie. Loved starry eyes. And that's where I was like, oh my God, this girl's great. But yeah, those are the only 2 channels I don't get. So it's hard for me to watch the stuff that's on there until it, goes somewhere else.
I didn't have sci-fi either, but yeah, we watched the first few episodes and we just absolutely loved it.
What's the worst part of being a director?
Yeah.
Most of it. I think it's just like being a director. The difficult part is for me, this is my experience. So I'm only going to speak to that. You get 12 days to make a movie, right? Like, and you have to do so many pages each day. Like, you have to. If you don't do these pages, if you don't get this stuff in the can every day, you're probably going to get fired. So every day, you're like, fuck, I got to get through this. All right, I get through this. Okay, so this problem comes up. That problem comes up. All right, I got a problem solved. All right, this person's being a jerk. That person's being a pain in the ass. You got to fix it. Excuse me. But then at the end of the day, you're like, I did it. And then you realize, I just got to start it over the next day. You start the process over. It's again and again. You get to be about the halfway point to the day 6, day 7. Feel a little relief. You're like, okay, it's on the downward slope. Feeling a little bit better. And then the last day, you're like, yes. And then it's great. But it's like that's hard because you're wrangling all these people. All these people are looking to you. Like I said before, all these people on bigger budget things they're looking at you. Does he know what he's doing? Do I need to listen to this person? Do I need to respect this person? So they're going to challenge you, and you have to live up to. You have to
be assertive.
Yeah, well, you have to be assertive. You just have to know what you're doing, or they're going to walk all over you. Because if you do not know what you're doing, they're going to stop caring. If you don't care, they're going to stop caring. It's similar as just being a mental health worker. Yeah, it is a little bit. It depends. Like, again, I've been pretty fortunate with the people that I worked with, but artists are temperamental. So it is kind of being a mental health worker. You are putting out fires. That's the thing. You're putting out fires every day. And it's not just actors. It's the other crew people, like the DP, especially the DPs. Oh my God, they can be such prima donnas sometimes. They just want to be all like creative. Let's just do this shot. And then let's do this. And you kind of have to say, no, we can't. We cannot do your shot. We need to move on. Like, just get over yourself now. Okay. I got what I need.
Why such short? Because I thought that was when you just said 12 days. I was actually
money. It's just money. It's a money thing. That's all it is.
I saw a movie, an asylum movie, and I was listening to the director's commentary, and he was mentioning how he had literally 11 days to shoot a whole movie. And we're like, how the fuck can you shoot a film in 11 days?
You can, but you have to be really smart about what you're doing. Yeah, the asylum. Like, I've heard some stories where they shoot movies in 6 days. I don't know how they do that. It's a shit movie, obviously.
Yeah, obviously.
So on Eruption LA, I had, there was one day I think I had to do 15 pages. And so basically what you do is they're long takes. It's like a long dialogue take of people yakking, stick a camera, and you just sort of you're moving there. But then if you get in the editing room and something gets screwed up, then you don't have the coverage and you're effed. So you really have to just be on your game. There's a lot of preparation. Yeah, that's another thing. To be a director, you need to prepare. So much preparation. You need to have all your shit together. So once you step on set, I'm going to get this. 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 I don't need that. I don't need that. I don't need that. I need this and this and this. And that's it. And then you go for it. And you get what you need. But you have to know what you need too. So that's my experience.
Would you say it's safe to say that a director, just like an actor, when they do rehearsals, I mean, like Chadwick's going to be doing his first project in a couple of weeks. He's already told me about his first table read. I asked him to sort of like keep a director's diary through his process.
Right.
Would you recommend, like we heard about actors doing their rehearsals or doing through table reads or whatnot? Do you think is it a good idea for a young director, a first timer, to basically take a skeleton crew and sort of like walk them through a first day of shooting to see where they're supposed to be and setting up and whatnot, or is that just too much?
No. What you're going to want to do typically is usually to take your crew and you'll do what do they call it, a scouting location, or I forget the terminology. But what you do is you take your crew, especially your DP and everybody, and you go to the set and you look at the set and you're like, okay, this is the set we're shooting in. What are the best angles? Where are we going to put these people? And you give that so much thought. Where are these people going to stand? Where are they going to move? What's the movement going to be? What's the camera going to be doing? You do that before you're shooting. So you kind of get all that. A lot of people storyboard. I used to storyboard a lot. I don't really anymore, because then what happens is you get on set and now you're going to do rehearsal. Like actors, you watch the actors do the lines and you watch the movement. And now you've got to like tailor that down for the actors. Now the actor has to know, has to feel comfortable. This is the action. This is what I'm going to do. So you block that all out. And then as you're blocking that, this is me. But of course, I come in as an editor. So I kind of know like what I need and what I don't. So watch the blocking. And I'm like, okay, now we need this, we need this, we need this, we need this, we need this. And then you get it. But it's all a lot of preparation, lots of preparation beforehand. So be as prepared as you can before you step on set. So hopefully that helps.
Yeah, I think Chadwick and will appreciate that very much. That's just great. I always wanted to know that, you know.
Yeah.
I was going to ask you, do other directors, since you have a directing background and you're editing their movies, do they ever come to you for advice on this? Like maybe they say, well, "How would you do this, Sean?"
No, they're too egotistical to do that.
Really?
Oh yeah.
I mean, I can understand a veteran, but I'm talking about someone who's just, you know, maybe doesn't have that much, you know.
I haven't worked with somebody like that for a really long time. So I think the only thing that's come close is recently, you know, Jamie Bernadette is going to direct her first movie. And they're doing it on location, so I'm not going to be there. But I talked to her a little bit. You know, this is her first movie. She's a very talented lady.
Yes.
But I was just kind of like, just make sure you do, you know, do this and do that a little bit, you know, just to help me out as an editor. But no, I don't really like the director. Like, yeah, I could see a young person, like, you know, you talking about Chadwick or whatever, maybe comment to me because I've done, you know, a few films, but that doesn't happen too often right now for me. I'm just editing these movies, you know. It's been, I don't know, 2 years since I've directed a film, so don't listen to me. I don't know what I'm doing.
He said it's been very helpful and he appreciates it.
Okay, good. Well, I'm glad.
Yeah.
I mean, obviously, if you want, yeah, Chadwick, or is it Chadrick?
Chadwick.
Chadrick, not Wick. Okay. So, Chad, if you want to hit me up after this, feel free, get my information. And I'd be happy, you know, to give you any advice you might want to do. So, yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. Wow. Cool. How cool is that? Any other questions?
I can think of I only had the two.
I'm lucky I know my name.
So I guess I'll ask you, what are you working on right this very minute right now, Sean?
Well, I just finished a Lifetime thriller. I'm working on just a Lifetime thriller. Like, I don't know. I mean, there's a couple of things I've been kicking around as a director. Like, I've been kind of writing a horror Western because I really would love to do a Western. So I got a horror Western and then the body horror. But again, like, because the opportunities aren't really flying at me to direct, I haven't really been putting a lot of time into that. I used to do a lot more, but I think, you know, once my beautiful little boy was born, wherever he is right now, sitting there watching an iPad, I don't know, my priorities changed a lot. You know, I used to be all movies. And now it's just like, yeah, pay me some fucking money and I'll edit your movie. Otherwise, I'm going to go play with my kid. You know, I'm going to go do Mortal Kombat, right, Ronan? Mortal Kombat! Fatality. That's what we do.
Fatality.
Fatality.
Now, a lot of us are huge collectors of films.
No, me too.
Obviously, are you? Do you collect quite a bit of films yourself, or you
Oh,
do you consider yourself a collector? No.
Dude, you should see the stack just for during quarantine. I don't know if I could. I can't bring the laptop over there. I've got stack. It's like what, four stacks of all these new DVDs I just bought. I haven't watched any of them yet. I'm just like, oh yeah, Friday the 13th box set. Yes, I'm gonna buy that. You know, they've got the Arrow titles that are on sale. Twilight Time, they had like a huge Twilight Time sale. I bought like so many of these old movies I've never seen. Like I just watched this movie called Broken Lance. Yeah, I'm terrible. I have no place to put them. I got this DVD closet. It's a freaking mess with, so I'm terrible about collecting discs.
Not a word about my closet.
Trying to say he don't collect anything at all.
Yeah, a lot of us are renting additional housing just for our movies.
I know. Yeah. Well, I used to collect action figures too. Like I had the Spawn guys and stuff, and I can't. I mean, I made a conscious effort. Like, no, I can't buy any more of that stuff. I just don't have the room. But now I get those stupid little mini Funko Universal Monster guys. Those are on my desk, and they're
wedding
small.
Decorations.
Oh, wedding. Dude, for my wedding, we did all the Universal Monsters. Every table was named after a Universal Monster film. And
Sweet.
And we have a bride. Is that my cake topper? We had a bride or Frankenstein and Bride of Frankenstein. Hey, Elizabeth. Ah, well, I was going to have her go get it. I'm not sure where it's at. But we had a bride, because I'm obviously a big Bride of Frankenstein.
Yeah, well, we had two separate ones because we had like a mixed theme wedding. One was like Star Wars because he's big Star Wars, and then I had a horror one. So we had two cake toppers because we had kind of multiple cakes, and like the main cake had this like glass heart that had Luke and Leia, or not Luke, Han and Leia. I don't know where the hell I got that one from, and it said "I love you, I know," and then it had like our names and like the date and whatnot, and then we had big sheet cakes and stuff for guests, and we had like Jack Skeleton ones on.
Oh, nice. Oh, if you ever get the chance to see the Nightmare Before Christmas live show, if you're a big fan, oh my God, that was like one of the best experiences. All the original cast came and sang. This is at the Hollywood Bowl. They did, I don't know how they did it, but they did this projection on the bowl. I don't know if you guys know the bowl. It's like a big half dome. Said like the whole half dome was all projected stuff from, like creatures and things like that. It was just like,
oh wow,
amazing show. I was like, whoa, I could die now and be happy. So
yeah, I'd be there for that. That's for sure. I love that.
It was so good. Yeah, even Pee Wee was there. It was really cool. I love the Nightmare Before Christmas a lot. What's this? All around? Whatever. I love that song. So I'm a collector. I'm bad.
Vince, what questions you got, buddy?
I don't have any questions. I was just welcoming Becky home.
Oh, okay. Maybe Becky has some questions, or she's just not getting in the door, huh?
Yeah, she just got in. She's getting ready to get on camera.
Cool. But yeah, a lot of us here. There's Joe, the horror man in our group. He's got close to 30,000 movies.
Oh, wow. I thought I was bad.
He's got rooms dedicated to like VHS and beta, and
wow.
He's got rooms dedicated to like.
You guys ever heard of the Winchester Mystery House?
Oh yeah, I've been there.
Yeah.
That's gonna be Joe's house in about another 5 years or so.
The Winchester Movie House, right?
The Horror Man's Mystery House.
Is that up?
What up, Becky?
Hi.
Hi, Becky.
I'm gonna go.
Becky.
Thanks. This is our horror cake topper.
Oh, that's amazing.
Yeah. I know
yeah.
it's like really blown out with the light, but yeah, that was our cake topper. Oh, it's kind of a handsome Frankenstein. That's kind of looks like me, handsome. No, just kidding. But yeah, some big bride. I think that the thing about the Bride of Frankenstein is still like some of the other Universal horror monsters are pretty boring. Let's just be honest. But something about the Bride like still holds up. Like the character actors in that film, Dr. Pretorius and then Una O'Connor or whatever, like they are still so watchable now, and they're hilarious. And I think that's what sets that particular film apart from all the rest. It's just, it's hilarious. It's really funny, you know, watching those guys.
Becky, do you have any questions for Sean?
No, but I will say I love sand sharks.
Everyone seems to love sand sharks. Oh my gosh.
That is so fun.
Yeah. You know, it's funny, when I first started getting the footage for that movie, I had no idea who Brooke Hogan was. Because I don't watch the reality stuff.
Really? Oh,
Yeah.
wow.
And so I'm watching this film, and obviously this person has a very important part. I'm thinking, who the fuck is this? Like, they hired some lady, yeah, like, what? And then, of course, my wife comes in. She sees what I'm doing. She's like, oh, Brooke Hogan. Oh, my God, Brooke Hogan. So, okay. Now, that's who that is. But,
She was trying to do a music tour there for a while, too. She was doing okay for music-wise as well for a while.
Well, we went to the rap party, and I think her mom and her brother was there. Maybe I should say it. I don't know. Her mom was like super drunk and like was on top of the pool table. I'm just like, whoa, okay.
Damn.
This is weird. But yeah, that was a long time ago. Oh my God. Sand sharks.
Sand shark.
It lives on in infamy.
That's all right though.
We watched a movie called Shark. What was it? Sharkenstein, where he actually goes inside of. He walks onto the sand and goes inside of like a cabin. A shark.
He gets buff. Yeah, he gets buff.
Sharkenstein.
I do a movie, like a review about any shark movie since I've seen Sharkenstein, I will say at least the shark looks better than Sharkenstein.
At this point, I don't know. I think they've probably done every possible shark movie there is. Like,
except apparently Lava Shark.
Lava Shark. I swear I've seen something about Lava Shark.
That does sound familiar, though.
It does. I'm pretty sure. Because
I'm pretty sure Lava Sharks is a thing.
Yeah, isn't that is a movie, right? There's a Lava Sharks movie. Yeah.
I think so. I think there is.
Well, they did. I guess it was sort of a sequel to Sand Sharks called Avalanche Sharks, which was a snow.
Yeah, I've seen that one.
I didn't see that myself. Like, if I didn't work on it, I probably won't watch it. But yeah, I know I did the trailer promos for those are dragons, Dracano. That was lava.
Oh yeah. That dragon, the dragon, yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, that was with lava stuff. I did kind of they wanted me to do this promo, but there was just not enough great shots in the movie. So I was stealing shots from Reign of Fire to make this. It wasn't for a public promo. It was to sell the movie.
What's up, Lee?
We interspersed those within the promo of the Reign of Fire, so make it look like a better movie.
Did you watch the Mortal Kombat? The newest Mortal Kombat?
I did, yes.
What'd you think?
That was kind of goofy. I mean, there were some funny moments when that girl like goes through the bus stop. Of course, my son was sitting right there, and I'm like, "Holy shit! I hope he didn't just see that." I'm my bad dad for
this
watching that. Yeah, but for the most part, that was all right. It was free though. HBO Max.
Yeah, some people are for it, some people don't.
Yeah, I've seen a lot of people bag on it, but it's just like, I mean, what do you expect? It's Mortal Kombat. I mean,
right?
People are gonna beat
it's so much better than the other two movies.
I haven't even seen those. I was always terrible at the video game, so I was never really into it.
I have some of them, but I'm not very good at video games, but I'll still play.
I'm playing one called Zombie Army 4 right now.
I think I just got that. That was
free. Yeah, it's free.
PlayStation, yeah.
That's kind of fun.
I just got that, but I haven't played it yet. I haven't even turned on my PlayStation since I got it. But
oh man, you got
the spikes up there in the top. Yeah, her and Boom, them and Boom both are really into gaming.
Oh yeah, I do a lot of. Been playing a lot of Fallout. Well, I've been playing for years now. Fallout 76.
My son plays Fallout games.
I've played that since the first Fallout. Been playing all those Fallout games. But I do Fallout 76 and then the Zombie Army, and then I guess I just downloaded Yakuza 0, which was like $5. My friend was like, "You got to get it. It's kind of like Grand Theft Auto, but Yakuza." So I'll try that.
Interesting. Yeah, I play GTA a lot. I
Oh,
got a
dude.
crew. I got
Oh,
a crew I belong to, and we'll all get together and just sell. We like do a lot of grinding and stuff. And
I was playing that for
time.
I probably played that for like 5 years, and then I jumped to Fallout and didn't go back to GTA. But yeah, I had a couple of friends of mine. We get those, I forget what they're called, oppressors. Do you remember, like when the oppressors could go like this? You do this little thing and they go like really fast, and you can be like and just blow people up. Oh man, that was the best. So yeah, I played too many games. So yeah, it's pretty bad.
What was the volcano one with the sharks?
Sharkano.
It was Sharkano.
Sharkano? I haven't seen
Yes.
that one.
I haven't
But
heard
yeah,
of that one. I'm surprised that one slipped my radar.
yeah, really. What's up with that? Come on. Yeah, I
That's
can't.
cool,
I
man.
think they've really done every shark movie at this point. I don't. What did I think of Tenet? I thought it wasn't that great. Sorry, Ramsey.
I haven't seen it, so I can't say.
It
I
was
haven't seen it either.
kind of boring.
If
I
it's the
didn't
one
really-
I'm thinking of, I thought the trailer looked kind of like, it wasn't something I was interested in, so I didn't care to see it.
It I don't know, at the very end, like when they reveal like this is what's happened going on, I was just like, that doesn't make any sense. This is dumb. Oh,
Waiting for sharks on a plane. Nice, Brad.
there you go. Sharks on a plane.
Well, they got the couple flying sharks. So
Yeah.
they got the sky sharks, and then Raiders of the Lost Shark. That dumbass shark flies too. So
Yeah, they've done shark movies today. But then they're gonna have probably your favorite, Meg 2. Yeah, you can't wait
Yeah,
for
I
that,
saw
can
that,
you?
I saw
Jason
that.
Statham.
I know they're kind of goofy ass
Yeah.
movies, but
It was fun. I did like the Meg 2.
I was so mad at 47 meters under or whatever. That's just called 47 meters. But I was so mad because you thought it was ending one day and they freaking did a M. Night Shyamalan on you. And I was like, what? It was so much better.
I don't know if I've seen that. Yeah, they did a sequel to that too, right?
Yeah.
I can't remember if I've
48
seen that.
meters, I think it's called. Yeah.
Yeah.
48 meters is better, I think, than the first one. Because I don't know. I think I was just so jaded by that because at the end you get like M. Night Shyamalan on it, and it's just like, ugh.
Shamalama Ding Dong. Yeah.
Yeah.
I was just about to say that.
Shamalama Ding Dong. Yeah. That's what I call him. M. Night
Ooh,
Shamalama
ooh.
Ding Dong.
Better than what I call him.
I
I was being nice to besides what I call him.
Dude, I've been doing that song for my son.
What I call him.
I'm doing Alvin and the Chipmunks. Ooh ee ooh bing bang. trying to teach him to sing that one, but he hasn't done it yet. So yeah. So good stuff, man.
What up, Ben?
I know. Are you good to stay with us, Sean, or do you have to
Yeah,
think about?
no, I think everybody's going to bed. I haven't finished my sushi, my dinner though. I'm gonna.
Yummy.
If you guys talk amongst yourself, I'm gonna slip over here.
Yeah, we don't
Take
care
bites.
if you eat while we're talking. I mean, you know.
Yeah, you can have.
Yeah,
Yeah, you can go ahead and step out and have some din, and we'll just keep it going until you get back.
Oh, I don't have to leave. I can just go like this.
Yeah. You can eat on camera if you want to too. We don't give a shit.
That's right.
Do what
All
you
right.
want.
Oh,
We got a mukbang going on in this month.
oh yeah.
This one has the row.
AMSR.
Oh God, Ralph sushi. I think I ran out. I'm gonna have to drink my wife's Diet Coke because I drank mine.
So is that what we're calling it now?
Diet Coke, yeah.
Brad,
Diet
Shamalama.
vodka.
Luigi
Shamalama Diet Coke.
sushi from the horror.
Okay,
man.
so how about this then, Sean? How important is a good craft table?
Well, it's funny when I did Jurassic City. I was like, you got to have my Red Bull and my pixie sticks. So they had the giant pixie sticks, and every morning,
Nice.
yeah, ready to go. It's very important. Of course, I can't really drink Red Bull anymore because it screwed up my stomach, man.
Yeah, I can imagine. I've heard a lot of bad things about energy drinks, but I've never liked the taste of them, so I don't really care.
But sometimes, in some cases, energy drinks are very, very fun, right, Vincent?
Well, I drink 2 a day, and then occasionally I drink 13.
Well, your energy drinks are a little bit different, aren't they?
I mostly drink Monster, but once in a while we get Bang and stuff like that.
I was talking about the little squirt bottles.
I haven't tried Bang, but Monster.
Yeah.
No, what's the other one? Monster and what's the other one? The other big one. The
Rockstar.
Rockstar. That's it. Yeah, I do the Rockstar or Red Bull. Hey, can I get a bubbly?
And the Cadaver Club with breaking the rules. Haven't talked about the shark centipede yet.
Ouija Shark Sushi. I like that. Shark Centipede. Is that really a movie? Shark.
I didn't bring it up this time, Patrick.
It's always it's centipede. It's centipede Cadaver Club.
Somebody give me a kiss before this. Sharks is Shark Centipede a real movie?
No.
Okay, somebody's gonna have to explain. Somebody explain the history, Patrick.
It's like the Centipede movie, but 3 sharks all together.
All
right. The man is eating right now, but I mean, I think he can handle it. Maybe.
I don't think he wants to hear about. He doesn't want to hear about centipede while he's eating food.
What what was the stupid centipede movie called? The
Human Centipede.
Human Centipede. Yeah, so it's like the Human Centipede with 3 sharks.
Yeah.
Good night, Brad. Feel better, buddy.
Yeah, we joke about that movie a lot this way. And we
always
bring it up like every stream, and then Patrick's like, "No centipede talk tonight." And we're like, "Okay." We made 2 hours, and then what's his name? Is it Ben? Am I right? Cadaver Club comes in and is like, "What about Shark Centipede?"
Hey, Brad, feel better, buddy. I know you're going through a hard time. Feel better. I know you got some pain issues.
Sharkipede. That's all we need.
Sharkipede.
You know what? I'm telling you, don't give Brett or Mark any ideas.
Welcome, Redheaded Riding Hood, to the chat.
Hi.
Redheaded Riding Hood.
Although you know that they had like 3-headed shark, 4-headed shark, 5-headed shark, right?
Yeah, it's up to 8-headed shark now.
Oh my god! But they should do that. Human Centipede instead of like multiple heads.
Out it, yeah.
Yeah, they're all like hooked up to each other. So they eat the guy, goes into one, he poops out into the other shark. The other shark poops it out. I think it'd be great. Man. I might make that movie.
Here, since you just said that, I think we can go to explain to you what our big conundrum was.
Okay.
Go ahead.
All right. I can't even believe we're doing this because we have a lot of respect for people, but since you went ahead and went there, we're going to go there. So we were wondering, so if the first person of the centipede, like if they eat meat, right? And the last person at the end is the last person, like once it gets to them, does that mean that they're meat eaters too, or are they vegetarians? That's been the debate for months. We've sent it to council, we've sent it to Congress. We just want an answer, damn it.
Well, I mean, they're still eating. Yeah, that's a good question. I thought about, I have given some thought, like, how does that actually work? Like, he's going to eat the poop, then he poops the poop, and then they eat the poop that's pooped. Like, that's just such a weird thing. Like some guy came up with that, Tom Six or whatever. Like, he just dreamt that up one day and said, I'm going to make a movie where these guys are all like sewed up to each other. I mean, like, it's just so weird. And then what do you have? 2 sequels?
German Doctor for good measure.
Yeah. But then he had didn't he have like a bunch of wasn't there one in a prison where they all a big line of people?
That one they weren't actually sewed together. It was an apparatus that went from the anus to the mouth.
How does that work? Like,
it was strapped in around them, and they were forced to crawl on all fours, and they weren't allowed to manipulate the equipment at all, and they had to keep going in a circle.
That's so weird. I mean, that's just so bizarre. I mean, who thinks about that? I mean, why? Yeah. I don't know. It's just weird. I watched the first one. I was like, this is
Yeah, I've never
Patrick
seen
is-
any of them. They're not my type of movie.
Patrick gets uncomfortable when we get to this point in the chat. It is after midnight, Patrick.
You're throwing us out.
Not for me.
Well, I was going to say, if you think that's bad, watch Solo, 120 Days of Sodom. I was like,
What's
yeah,
up, Papa?
that was,
Oh, yeah.
I
that,
didn't
that was a
see
tough
it
one.
because he told me about it.
It's a tough, like, it's funny, you know, I always say film school sucks, but I did get to go to college and I took some other classes outside of film school. And one was, we watched films like that. Like, what was it called? Something about sexuality or whatever. So we watched that. In the Realm of the Senses. Have you guys seen that movie?
Yes.
I've
Up
heard
the
of that.
dick, like she really, like, you could really see
Yeah.
every guy in that class at that moment was just like, no. Just all these crazy movies, you know. But Solo, like, I just felt so gross after I watched that. I was like, ugh. I need to
Yeah,
take a
you felt
shower
dirty.
with razor blades or something, or bleach, or
Did
Like,
you have to watch
Ben
that
just
in
made
class?
sense of it all. Ben
Yeah.
made sense of it. It's the best way to stay keto.
Oh, you're in class with your fellow mates,
Mhm.
and you have to watch something like that.
Well, it's funny because the teacher was telling us that it's a very political movie. That each of the men that controlled all those boys and girls represented, because I guess, okay, so the movie's set at the end of World War II, and they all go to northern Italy, which is, I guess, where Mussolini and his guys went to the same place. So it's a critique of the fascist government, because I guess each person is like, they're supposed to represent government and police and this and that, or I forget exactly, but you know, it's like this. I haven't watched the Serbian film. I don't want to watch that, but that's also, I guess, a very politically based film. You know, they just dress it up in horror, but it's all really about politics. So that's what we were told. And I was just like, ugh, I don't care. I don't.
Yeah. I
Yeah.
never watched the Serbian film, but he has.
I
Vince
have.
has.
I've seen all
There's no
the
way.
extreme ones.
There's no way. He tells me about him, and I'm like, I don't even want to see that.
I just, you know, when somebody told me they fucked a baby, I was like, nope, I'm not gonna watch it. I don't care. I don't want to
Right,
see some guy fuck a baby.
I had
No.
no clue. Nobody warned me. I just came across it, picked it up, didn't read it. I was just like, okay, that looks interesting.
Yeah.
Got him out of nowhere.
He'd seen it at Big Lots and was like, fuck it, I'm gonna get it.
Big Lots. Actually, I think I saw it at Big Lots too. I'm like, what the hell is a Serbian film doing at Big Lots? Like, whoa,
You'll
to the
get the
person
next
that
Dollar Tree
picks
drop.
that film
Kid
up.
picks it up.
Yeah, I'm like, oh, this looks like a fun family film. Or I'm from Serbia. I'm a Serbian. This is
It's
about
a
my
family
culture.
film of sorts.
Yeah,
That'd
Right.
be messed up if it came in one of those Dollar Tree hauls.
right. Oh, I wish our Dollar Trees had the. You know, I see Patrick. You get all these great hauls.
Yeah,
I go to the
thank you.
Dollar Tree here, and they don't have shit. I used to go to Big Lots. They had all these movies, and now they don't have anything. I'm like, this is. I don't even want to go to these places anymore because you do not even have anything.
I picked up a bunch of movies Saturday. I went out to the Dollar Tree. I went to 2 because I got 2 in my town. Went to 2. I have 3 bags of movies, but I haven't like opened them up and everything yet. Because I was gonna do like a unboxing of sorts. But yeah, I got 3 bags of freaking movies from the Dollar Tree yesterday.
Yeah, I used to go to Big Lots and get all kinds of movies and just.
Mhm.
I don't know. They just don't. You know, that they're
Big Lots-
phasing physical media out completely. It's just you
Yeah,
know,
that's why I asked you. Do you think that streaming has killed indie film? Because honestly, that's what a lot of the Dollar Trees offer. They offer a lot of low budget independent films, you know, and it's just like I'm just thinking there's no more shelf space for these anymore.
Oh yeah,
I mean-
Irreversible. I fucking hated Irreversible so much. Fucking hated that movie. I saw it in the theater. I was so mad. All I want to do is punch Gaspar Noé in the face. That guy, to me, he's such a shitty filmmaker. And all his films are about like, how gross can I be? Yuck. I didn't like that one. So sorry.
Yeah, that's a pretty brutal one.
It is. And it's so like, the thing that gets me is this dude is so pretentious. He just thinks like, what is it? He takes the camera. That's the first part of Irreversible. We're going to just take this camera and we're going to make it go like this. And you're just going to be like, you know, and then he just basically did a Christopher Nolan thing at the end. You're just like, like it's not new, it's not original. It's just pretentious bullshit, man. Yeah, so that's my least favorite filmmaker ever is Gaspar Noé.
Now, I have a question because lately I'm kind of shocked by this, but I'm starting to realize there are some people that actually don't like Halloween from '78. What are your thoughts?
I think those people need to be institutionalized with
They're
Michael
on
Myers.
the panel right
Yeah.
now.
Oh,
I guess the thing that really annoyed me, like the new ones, I don't know, they're okay. The idea that they're going to erase the fact that Halloween 2 happened, that was stupid. You know,
Yeah.
I even love Halloween 3, man. Halloween 3 is great.
Yeah.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I've got that. I have a shirt, the Silver Shamrock shirt. I love, and that crazy music. Doop, 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 doop.
What if I told you one of your good friends of 5 years does not like Halloween '78?
I'm out of here. How can you not like Halloween, man? That's like
I find it so
Great.
boring. I find it
Really?
boring. Yeah, I find it boring. It doesn't. I've always have. I found the book a lot more exciting. The novelization was far more scarier.
I didn't even know that in novelization of Halloween.
And see, that's the other part of it too. That could be cool. I didn't even know that either. So,
I mean, I guess you could, you know, compare it to today. Yeah, it's probably a lot slower, but I don't know. I guess for an old guy like me, there's sort of nostalgia, you know, to that movie. Like that kickstarted a lot of stuff off. So I don't know.
I'll agree. It's definitely.
I guess I could forgive you, maybe.
I mean, I can
And that
understand
comes
where
next-
I can understand what the impact on it. I mean, I think Texas Chainsaw Massacre is the first movie truly to kickstart horror in the '70s, though.
Yeah, you're probably right.
the
But-
three most debated films in this community are Texas Chainsaw Massacre 2, the original Halloween, and Season of the Witch.
And Human
By
Centipede.
far,
Well, Season of the
And
Witch is great.
our chat the Centipede.
Halloween 3. Halloween 3 is my favorite one of the series.
I love Halloween 3. I don't know if it's my favorite, but I love it a lot. Like I'll probably watch that every Halloween.
And
You
then
know,
the other
yeah.
debate is, what are your thoughts on the Rob Zombie films? Everybody's kind of half and half on them. Some people,
I can't
you
stand
know.
Rob Zombie. He's such a fucking twat. I like, you know, I like I love the Devil's Rejects. I like that one. The rest of them suck ass. Especially these Halloween movies. Like those are in the Halloween box set. And I'm like,
Yeah.
I'll just take those out and throw them away. Pretend that they never existed. They're so dumb. Like, what was the second one? He had a stupid white horse or whatever. Like, what? Shut up. Like, that dude is so overrated, in my opinion. Like, "Wah." So, there you go. That's my thought.
Okay, I'm done with my questions. You guys are next.
I only have one more question, Sean, for you. That is this. What is it better for? I mean, as a director or as a filmmaker, wouldn't it be smarter to me? What I think a lot of filmmakers make a mistake is they get a certain amount of money. Let's say you get $2,000 for the hell of it, and
$2,000.
they take. Yeah. Okay. Well, $20,000. Let's say they get $20,000.
Okay.
They
Anyway.
get $20,000 to make a movie, right?
Right.
Now, instead of waiting and trying to, you know, they storyboard their film, they look at it, they really need $30,000 to do it right, but they'll get the $20,000 and they'll make their movie now. Isn't it better? Wouldn't you advise it to be better to wait until you get your full budget than to go ahead and operate on what you already have and risk the fact that the movie's not going to look as good as it does? Because there's a lot of filmmakers out there that it seems like, God, as soon as you put $500 in their hand, they're making a movie. And it's just like, and then none of their movies ever improve. They're always the same shit fest. And you want to sit there and say, listen, if you just didn't spend the money you had and you build a bigger budget, you could actually make a halfway decent movie. Instead of putting 10 shit fest out, You can make one good movie, but it doesn't. It's almost like they almost feel like the body of work is more important than the quality of the work.
Well, I disagree with that. The body work is not more important than quality work. I guess it depends. Like, I don't know. You know, I could say, you know, you could wait for extra money and it'll never happen, and then you never make anything. That's always a possibility. Like, yeah, if I can just get another 10 grand, I'll make a movie. But then yeah, maybe then you won't make anything. So, I don't know. I mean, if you're first starting out in your career, you know, you just want to make you want to make movies. You want to have fun. You want to make some movies. And I think, yeah, once you start to have made a few movies, it becomes more important, I think, to make them right, or whatever right is. So I don't know. I mean, maybe they're just having fun and they don't care. They don't care what you think. They're just, they're just having a good time.
The only problem I have with that, though,
yeah.
I mean, I can understand that if you're making a home movie, but I find it, to me, I think a filmmaker has a responsibility to put out the best movie they can make, because you're asking people to buy it. That's the problem. You're asking people to buy your movie, and yet if you're just continuously making the same shit fest and not improving as a filmmaker or being as patient as a filmmaker, I mean, I just feel you're doing a disservice to your audience.
1 second, I'm having an issue. Does that work now?
Yeah, yeah, we hear you.
You can hear me?
Yeah.
Yep.
Yes.
Yep.
Now we can't.
No, we can't.
You can't?
Now we can't.
There we go.
There we go. You're back.
My headphones stopped working. Is that working?
Yes.
Yeah, we hear you.
No.
Nah, my headphones stopped. Oh, wait, there. Somebody say something.
Oh, there you go.
Hey.
There you go.
Oh, well, I guess these aren't working anymore. So your question is wait, because if you're trying to sell the movie, you know, I mean, sometimes selling the movie is just icing on the cake when you first start out. God, where's the microphone on this? Oh. So I don't know. I mean, you don't have to buy it, I guess. Like, I mean, if they're just goofing off and having fun, let them have fun. And if they suck, that's their problem.
Yeah, I just find it, to me, I that's why I appreciate movies like that's why I appreciate movies like your movies. Like every movie that I watch of yours, you could tell that there's some love and there's some effort, and you have the respect for the process. Some of these guys, and the thing is, though, that movie can go on a shelf, and I feel comfortable buying that because I'm going to get a halfway decent quality entertainment movie that I'm going to really like, and I'm going to, I can recommend to my friends. And there are some people who just, it's like, they just don't seem to care. They just, I don't know. It frustrates me because that's the hardest part as a reviewer is when you see that and you go like, you obviously know that they have the ability to operate a camera or storyboard, but they don't make any effort as far as actually making a halfway decent movie. It's just shit and giggles to them.
Well, that could be, or again, like I was fortunate, like I got to be on the set of Powder. So I was, stop doing that. I was fortunate to see professionals work and see how it's done. You know, if Joe Blow from Kokomo making a film has never had that experience, maybe they just don't know how to do it.
Right.
You know, there is that possibly, or they don't care. But again, like if you don't care, then people won't care about your movie, and you'll stop buying them. So
I agree with that. I totally agree with that.
Okay. So you'll stop watching, and you won't be the only one. Because, I mean, for me, like I don't watch as many. I probably don't watch as many low budget movies as you guys do. because I get real particular about. What are you? He's naked. Just gotta tell he's running around naked. Naked boy, where's your clothes? Huh?
That's awesome.
Hey, of course, he's still got the iPad in his hand.
No! Get out of here.
Here we go. A family dynamic actor. I see a little butt. I see a little butt. I want to pinch that butt. I don't know. I personally, I do have a love of movies, a love of making movies. You know, I have a sense of wanting to tell a story in a way that people are going to like it. So, you know, maybe those people don't. I don't know.
Everybody has different tastes. So.
Yeah, true. You know, it's funny. There was a guy, God, I forget his name. So, you know, when I first started making movies like in the 90s or whatever, there were tons of underground movie magazines like Alternative Cinema, Film Threat. And there was this dude who would make these goofy ass movies. And I think some of them were like almost like a ripoff of Lord of the Rings, but it was like Quest for the Egg Salad or something like that. And they were so bad, just goofy. But he would make a ton of movies like that. I'd have to look that up. But he had a following. You know, there were a bunch of people that liked him and his movies. And so he was just doing whatever. Like, I'd watch him and go, ugh, no. So, you know, I mean, you may not like it, but that person could have a following of people that like his films. And so,
right.
Are you going to go to bed? Huh? So, I mean, I don't know. I can only speak for, you can only be responsible for yourself and what you do.
Right. You can never tell somebody you cannot like something or you know.
Come here. Where's my kiss?
Like something, you can't like something.
Do you want to come say hi? No, don't play with that. Hey. Put that on the table right now. No, if you break that, come over here. Why don't you come say hi? You want to come say hi? Come here, Poopus. Here's my handsome little guy. Don't mess up the thing here. Come here. Hey, don't hit yourself in the head. Can you say hi?
Hi, Ronan.
Hi.
Wow.
Little handsome boy, huh?
Uh-huh.
Chip off the old block.
Wow. Hi, Ronan.
All right. Good night, you little rascal.
I remember when my son was that age. He's now 15.
I know this is the best age. I know he's gonna turn into a teenager, and then he'll be a little poop.
I remember when you told me when Elizabeth was pregnant.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was over 5 years ago. He's
almost
5.5 now. Okay, be careful, pal.
Yeah.
I love you.
Yeah, I've watched him grow up through all your pictures and whatnot.
Me too. I saw him come right out of the hoo-ha, you know. Literally, I saw him come out, and it was just like, whoa, it's like magic. He wasn't there, and now he's here. That's my
the jingle.
It was such a crazy moment, man. Yeah, that was good. So,
well, that's all the questions I have for you tonight, Sean. I mean, I don't want to overextend.
I know. I got to go play Zombie Army 4 and kill some zombies. Get on Fallout. There's a new season on Fallout. I got to go shoot some mutants.
Well, to quote our fearless leader, Hobbs, film it.
Film it. I'm sure it's not going to be that interesting.
No, everything we do is say, hey, I'm going to the store. Or I'm going to go get food. Or I'm going to go cut my grass. Film it. Film it.
Yeah. There you go. I see you guys are sending me messages on here.
Huh?
Oh no, I guess you just sent me a thumbs up. I just saw.
Yep.
Oh,
yep.
You are kicking so much ass. Oh, thanks.
Hell yeah.
And there's Jed. He was on earlier. There you are. Ha 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 ha.
I've been waiting for 6 years to do. Maybe about 5 years to do this with you. We just never connected, but I'm so glad it was worth the wait, though.
Well, hopefully that was interesting. Yeah, Jed says, I go to Hobbs Horror all the time. Ha, 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 ha. So I guess he was already a fan.
Wow, this is a small world.
I know, it's crazy, man.
Well, did you see that in the group? I put the trailer for Terror Birds, and a girl who Shanna, she commented that she said, "Oh yes, I remember this movie. Yeah, how's that for a small ass world?"
That was I was wondering who her boyfriend was, which guy.
Yeah. I interviewed her for the blog, and she's a really sweet girl and very hardworking. And then I saw that
she's an actress.
Yes, good one too. I'll introduce you to.
Yeah, I was curious. Yeah, who the boyfriend was. I guess I just saw this. I don't know if you can see this. So Carl's Jr. Our total. Can you see? Let me see. Total was 666. What the fuck, Carl's Jr.
Yeah,
and that's for a kids meal. Kids meal. 666.
Wow.
Oh man, I
think there's a movie there.
No more kids meals for Carl's Jr. Let me tell you.
I think there's a Lifetime movie there.
The killer kids meal.
Also read.
This is how the satanic panic starts.
Yeah.
We need that again.
Oh, that's right. I didn't see Satanic Panic. Is that pretty good?
No, it was a time period.
Oh,
It was a movie. Just for making people believe that they were abused by their parents by being involved in satanic rituals. Do you remember that?
Oh, you're talking about where they were just making
in the news and stuff like that. Yeah.
Right. I was thinking of the movie with Christina.
Yeah, the movie is on Shudder. At least it was. I don't know if it still is, but I saw it when it first got dropped on Shudder, and I thought it was a fun movie.
See, I don't have Shudder either. That's the other channel I don't have, so I haven't been able to watch any of that.
Dare you? No, I'm kidding.
There's a lot of debate on them having to change that title because people didn't like the word Satan in it. So I think they re-released it under Panic.
No.
That's Satan.
The
more movies. You know what? One of the movies I'd love to remake was, what was it with Warren Oates and Peter Fonda called Ride with the Devil? Is that what it was called? They were like BMX racers. You guys remember that? Was that called Ride with the Devil? They were like in an RV, and they were like, I think they were like racing bikes. So they're like going around, but then they start like going through, I don't know what town, and people just like following them and watching them.
Race against the devil. Race against the devil. Yeah, Peter Fonda and Warren Oates. Yeah, that was a Warren Oates. Yeah, wow, that was a great movie.
What's up, Derek?
I just love that idea. Like people are just like they're just staring at them all the time. You know, just like, they get out the gas station, people just be like looking at him, just like whoa.
That had a typical. The ending of it, Race with the Devil, was fantastic.
Yeah, it's been a while since I've seen it, but I like that one a lot.
Creepy ending, creepy as hell.
I see Derek is saying that the Walmart version has a different slipcover, which I could believe because they did that to a Christmas movie as well. I want to say it was called Christmas Horror. I might have the name wrong, but the slipcover, because people at Walmart were having a fit or whatever. So the slipcover says A Holiday Horror, and I think I have the title right. It has William Shatner in it, and it's like a Krampus type.
Yeah, for physical media, Walmart is one of the last. Like Walmart and Redbox are like two of the last bastions of actually trying to make any money. So I could see them really trying to.
Yeah, the Horror Man's got it right. I was close. A Christmas Horror Story became A Holiday Horror Story, but it was only on the slipcover from Walmart.
Yeah, well, they probably got a lot of
slipcover.
I thought you guys were talking about Psychomania earlier when you were talking about bikes. If you guys remember that one, Psychomania.
Race with the Devil.
I think I've seen that one.
Yeah, I don't think I've seen that one either.
That had Laura Parker and Loretta Swit too.
Oh wow!
Lana Wood and
a lot of wood.
Yeah.
What wood doesn't float?
Yeah. Well, neither did Natalie, obviously.
Right.
Hey.
All right.
Hey.
All right.
Oh wait a minute. We're gonna talk about him and Centipede. I mentioned Natalie Wood, and it's all of a sudden I'm the bad guy.
How dare you? How dare you?
Pat.
Don't argue with me. I have a shark.
You know Odin, Pat?
What's
Hey,
that?
Patrick, you know Odin?
Yes.
His mother's brother bought that boat and owned that boat before he passed.
Oh wow.
Yeah. Isn't that crazy? Anyways.
See, 6 degrees of separation, I'm telling you.
Yeah.
The heck was that?
It's crazy, man.
Oh.
All right. Well, I guess I'm going to go kill some zombies, but thank you for having me, guys.
Oh, no. It's been an absolute blast.
Nice
This was
meeting you.
It was
Never
good
need
to meet
to
all of
Thank you.
you.
Thank you for coming.
Miss Boomstick, I think it's _ YouTube or no, I don't think there's an underscore. I don't know. It's like Miss Boomstick something or other.
Is that what this is going to be on, or?
I'm not playing tonight, but I would say if you ever need a person, you can look me up on play.
Oh, okay. I will. Yeah, if I ever get to make another movie again.
Let's
Maybe
do it.
one day.
Let's all make a movie. Let's do it.
Let's all make
Let's
a
all go
movie.
to
I got $200.
Attack of the Killer. Attack of the Killer.
I think I can contribute about $31.
$31.
I got 5 on it.
Yeah, I'll be about in that range.
Yeah, exactly.
I'd be poor.
All right, I'm out of here. I'll see you guys.
Thank you.
Thanks again.
Thank you so much. This is outstanding. Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.
Oh, what a great guest! What a great.
Yeah.
He's a good friend. He's a great friend.
Hell yeah, man.
He has stayed with me through the nights, through some of my worst nights. He's been a great friend. So I was glad to have him on.
Hell yeah.
Yeah,
Thank
I
you,
wish I got here earlier.
Hey, panel, let's give the chat a big round of applause. Thank you guys so much for sticking around with us. You guys
Hell
rock.
yeah.
Hell yeah. Woo-hoo. Cats.
We had a great one tonight.
Yep.
yeah,
Thank you guys so much. We appreciate you so much. All right.
You guys want to stay on for a little bit longer or what?
Yeah, I'm all right if you are.
Yeah, I don't
Becky and
care.
Vince? Okay.
Have fun.
We're good till 4 a.m. then. I'm just kidding. Hey, I wanted to tell you guys, I was like talking about doing that Halloween stuff for the kids earlier. I was like, shit, all your guys' kids are growing up a little bit. Like, I don't know if we can really send them like fucking trick-or-treat bags. We can, but it'll have to be like video games and stuff, you know?
You can send
No,
Paladin.
actually, my
Because
kid
this
likes
candy,
candy.
and this probably be me eating it.
My kid is such a candy whore.
Oh, is he?
Yeah, it just like any candy.
You can send
Like you.
Paladin turkey treats. You can send
Yeah,
Paladin you can send Paladin turkey treats.
Turkey
He's got
treat.
enough, dude. I sent him 9 pounds worth.
He's a cheetah. That went away like in 3 days.
You cannot tell me that that's gone.
Okay, it's not gone. He's a cheetah.
Dude, it was a 9-pound bag. He got it a month ago.
He's a 22-pound cheetah.
I think we know why he's 22 pounds, Pat. Come on.
Oh wait a minute, that's coming from Dragon, who can barely keep his head up because his head's this big.
He's only 14 pounds.
Yeah, and about 12.
And the one you're
of them
talking about is Artemis, and he's 10.
Yeah, and but Artemis's head's so big that when he walks on his 2 front legs.
He's just big.
Yeah. All right. We're going to talk some community here because we got a lot to talk about in the community. You know how we go here on the midnight hour. We like to talk about what other people are doing. Their good stuff. So we'll start it off. First of all, Hobbs is changing his channel. Hobbs is changing his channel name. It's no longer going to be Hobbs Horror. It's going to be known as Hobbs Wins, because Hobbs was a winning machine this past week. He won Collector's Man's big contest, and he won Charles Cochran's big contest, and he's cleaning up. So next week it'll be Hobbs Wins. Let's see. We like to say thank you to. First of all, we're going to say thank you to Q's Reviews, Quentin. Yep. We want to say thank you to Quentin. He gave us a lot of love this week. He gave a really great shout out to our own Miss Boomstick. We appreciate that, Quentin, so much. Awfully kind of you, and we appreciate that. Q's one of the nicest guys we have in the community, and he's always looking out for us all. So just wanted to sit there and say, Quentin, we see you. Thank you.
Yeah.
Just give me a minute. Give me a minute, guys. I'm going to come back in a minute.
Okay.
Keep doing what you're doing.
And that goes to Larry D and Larry's D and Tanks as well. He also he did a version of the Cheeto challenge. He did Cheeto fire pasta, which I've never heard of. And I don't know if you've seen that video or not, but you need to because it's awesome. And he put a bunch of fire Cheeto pasta, and then he kept on adding different hot sauces to it.
Oh, really?
Yes. I'm surprised the spoon didn't melt.
We watch his fish stuff too.
I didn't know they had a fire one. We got the regular one, the Cheetah pasta, and I don't know. I was like, I didn't like it, but that was just a regular.
No, I don't think he liked it either. I think that's why he had to put all that hot sauce on there so he could get it down. But he too also gave our own Miss Boomstick a great shout out, and I like to, yep, and I like to acknowledge that. Yep, he certainly did.
Oh, nice.
And so, and he also gave, and then we also had several people give Becky and Vincent shout outs this week.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, so, that was really cool.
Yep. So it's really nice. I mean, we got a lot of love toward the stream tonight, toward the podcast. So I just want to say thank you guys, man. You guys,
Yeah,
and thank you.
PDX gave me a shout out as well.
Yeah, Derek PDX, Halloween PDX. You guys all need to connect with him. That guy is such an awesome. His channel is awesome. He's very generous. He's always looking out for other channels. And we've already saw what he can do. If he wants to help you guys out, if he mentions you, you're gonna see it reflected on your on your channels. You're gonna see a lot of new faces there, a lot of nice comments. He's all about building the community, and he kicks ass in my book. Hobbs, we told him about your channel change.
Can't hear you.
No,
you're all deaf, Hobbs.
What'd you change it to?
Hobbs wins.
I feel bad because like I don't want to enter anything else, but I do. It's like
no, enter.
You should.
I'm running out of room though, man. Like,
oh yeah.
I'm having to put stuff up for sale because I've got so much shit.
I ordered my first Sprite crate, so I'll be doing one of those. I know the Spices do it. Halloween PDX does them. Because normally I just do Fright Loot, but ordered my first Sprite crate. Figure I'd give it a shot, see how it is.
Nice.
So
we'll be looking out for that one for sure.
So yeah, I don't know how often they come. I know it's monthly, but I don't know like when in the month it gets mailed out.
They take about a month to give it to you.
Okay.
It's kind of like on a delay.
Yeah, this
I did watch
1,000 Corpses. I was like, all right, it might be a Captain Spaulding thing. I need to do it.
He was so fucking cool to meet in person. Sid Haig was so awesome.
Yeah, I could see it.
What do you guys have for the chat? What do you guys got going on? What do you guys want to promote?
Well, we definitely want to promote because I think it's supposed to drop. I thought it was going to drop by now, but I haven't seen it yet. But I know that Ricky and Pablo are up to some shenanigans. They are, I guess their new challenge is they're going to try to attempt to eat 100-year-old eggs.
Yeah. Is that from a? Yeah, I've seen that.
That might be the last. That might be their last show. I'm thinking. I told them to bring some mayonnaise to make egg salad. So
Would you do that, Vince?
Oh yeah, I've had 100-year-old eggs before.
Have you?
Yeah.
Damn.
And how was it, Vince?
It was okay. I actually was over in China when I had it.
I think that it would probably be the smell.
Spoiled, as I want to know, or is it just called that? I'm stupid. I don't know.
It's actually the way they make it. The recipe is over a century old.
Oh,
so
okay.
that's why they call it that.
Like a literal 100-year-old egg. I was like, what?
No.
Like I said,
I actually know what they do. They have a chicken sit on it for 100 years and keep it warm.
Ben is mentioning that he wants to promote. He needs to start making videos again. So let's all encourage Ben to make one video this week. Ben, have you made your Godzilla tag yet? Because if so, I don't think I've seen that. I don't think I've seen Ben's Godzilla tag.
I need to get around, and hopefully I'll have edited and put out my Bear Week this week, because this past week I've just been out of it and not feeling well, so I basically didn't do crap except for unboxing, I think, this week. But I got all my stuff filmed. I just need to edit, so hopefully I should have a Bear Week and a Dollar Tree haul. In what order they're coming out, I do not know.
Okay,
I would like to know if I'd like to know if Ben or Derek from Halloween Fiend PDX would ever like to come on the show with us one day.
That'd be cool.
Mm-hmm.
We might have room for one or two sometime.
Yes.
Yeah, all depends if we have guests, or even if the guests leave, they can pop on.
Well, we know for sure.
I think we're booked up for guests for the next 10 years with Patrick.
No. Next week's Mother's Day, so we don't have no guest on Mom's Day. On the 16th, we have Mike Ferguson, who you guys are absolutely going to love. That guy is he's awesome. Mike is awesome. He's funny. He comes from a music background as a tattoo artist.
Chadwick, thank you for coming, buddy.
Oh, thank you, Chadwick, so much. He does a lot of the creature feature movies that we all love. He's actually done a lot. He's actually done some Dustin Ferguson movies. So we could talk about Dustin Ferguson next week. I know that'll make a lot of people happy to hear some stories. And then on the 23rd, we have Daniel R. Hill, who really is on the cusp of blowing up. I do believe we're catching lightning in the bottle here, because he's poised. He's got a new movie coming out called Silo that's coming out, which you'll see some posters and some pictures. I'll be posted up in the group, in the Midnight Hour group, and he'll be here on the 23rd. So
also, Horror Freak, if Horror Freak 85 is he's out there trying to get everybody on the show.
Yes, he's working hard.
He was at Texas Frightmare, I think, or was it Spooky Empire?
Spooky Empire, and down in
He's
Florida.
At Spooky Empire talking to everybody.
Nice.
Like telling them this is our show. Come on, if you want to come on. You know?
Yeah, he's
business cards. Just go send him a box. Here, be our promoter. Not gonna get paid though, unfortunately.
Yeah, he's definitely a promoting machine.
Yeah.
So we appreciate everybody who's been talking about our podcast here. It's been awesome.
We got 2 new things coming this week on the channel.
You guys got going on? Let's see.
We have our first inside of Zia Records on Let's Collect Together, and we'll be doing something new on Friday, and you're gonna have to find out what that is. You're gonna have to tune in and see.
Yeah.
Exciting.
I haven't been able to do any of the things that I do because I've been getting so much stuff in the mail. It's hard to keep up. Yeah, I'm not boasting. I'm being honest. It's hard to.
Yeah.
We'll talk about stuff in the mail. Hobbs, did you get my little letter in the box?
I still have the box, but I didn't see a letter in there. Is there a letter in there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's a
Bear with
white
me.
piece of paper folded up.
That's gonna be another unboxing video, unboxing letter.
Unboxing the letter now.
Now he's gonna go look.
Next video on Hobbs' channel. Uh-oh, he's filming it right now. Stand by, chat. Hobbs is going to be uploading a new unlettering video here.
Unlettering. Well, you know, I could tell him what it says on it, so.
Oh no! Don't take it. Don't take it with fun away, Becky. Let him.
Oh.
I guess I'll ask while we're waiting to people in the chat. I'm just curious, since eventually we're going to be doing, I guess, some warhead challenge sometime. Do y'all want to see where the warheads come from? And this is the candy, by the way.
Yeah.
If you guys want to see the building where the warhead candy is made, tell me in the chat. I'm kind of curious if people actually want to
You
see
live by there?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh my God.
It's like 15 minutes away.
You're spoiled.
I haven't been by the plant yet, but I've seen pictures of it, and it doesn't like look that spectacular. But it doesn't.
No, they don't let you in either. They usually have gates around the whole complex, and
yeah, I don't know if there's gates. So I'll have to find out, but there's not. Oh.
What are you gonna jump it?
No, I was gonna at least drive by the building, and I have a GoPro, and then I have a dash cam, so I was just gonna drive by it. Figure since we're gonna be doing a warhead challenge, we can see where they come from.
Nice.
But I've been debating that, but I've been putting it off because like I said, I haven't been feeling well this week, so I haven't wanted to do anything.
Understandably.
I have 6 boxes I'm going through to find the note right now.
Don't worry
Oh
about it.
my
Hobbs.
God, I can tell you what's up. It's about one of the movies. Can you guess which movie?
Is it the one with the ectosperm?
Paranormal Highway.
Oh no.
Is it the chainsaw?
Yeah.
Spanish chainsaw? Yeah.
Yeah.
Then I've got to read it. Don't tell me. I have to read it.
It's okay.
Let him keep digging.
I'll let him keep digging. Oh my God, I feel bad.
Is it on the front of the box, or did you include it in the box?
I accidentally taped up your box, so I had to cut open the side of the tape and I shoved it in and then I retaped it.
That's what she said.
Yep.
Ah, I got it.
You got it. Yay.
All right. It was buried inside the front of the box. Josh, pay special attention to the Spanish chainsaw, LOL. Becky, Vincent, Bradley.
This guy is too. I think she just Rickrolled him.
What the fuck? What am I missing? What the fuck am I missing?
Never gonna give you up.
You should just put a note in there. Just have the Rick Ashley song.
Never gonna let you down. I'm gonna fucking hurt you.
that's hilarious.
What the fuck am I missing?
Should we have mercy on his soul?
Is there like methamphetamines attached inside of it or something?
A can of Monster.
This is a Becky thing. This is a Becky thing. I'm not attached to this one.
But you're dying, man, which means obviously it's
I'm dying because this is funny as hell.
Oh my god, you're making my stomach hurt.
I rickrolled you.
what the fuck does that mean?
You don't know
You
what
know
a
what,
Rickroll is?
John?
You don't know
You know when
Rickroll
people
is?
rickroll somebody on YouTube.
No,
Yeah,
no,
never
I
gonna
don't. I'm
give
sorry.
you up.
Uh,
Never let you
Lay
Oh.
you down.
Yeah, it's a Rickroll. Look it up on YouTube. It's hilarious.
Oh.
I'm sorry I just ruined a really fun joke, but I'm glad you guys had a great laugh.
I don't know if it's better that you don't understand.
Pay special attention to Spanish Chainsaw. The funniest thing I've ever said on YouTube, apparently. Hey, I've got a great joke for you guys. Are you ready? Be careful. Pay special attention to the Spanish Chainsaw. LOL. There it is. See, it's hilarious. It's
Oh my god.
Wow. So now we need to mention Spanish Chainsaw every Sunday.
that's going to be the new channel
Now
name.
Hobbs has to watch it.
That's going to be my new channel name, the Spanish Chainsaw.
No, your new channel is going to be Hobbs Wins. Well, my phone is about ready to kick down on me. It's only good. It only holds a charge for a little over 3 hours.
You're killing me.
You're killing me, Smalls.
What are you doing, Hobbs?
Okay.
So this girl walks into a bar, right? And somebody says, "Pay special attention to the Spanish Chainsaw." I'm going on fucking tour now.
Can I get an order? Can I get an order of donuts with that, please?
We'll just tell you it's a special movie.
I'm grabbing the movie right now. I'll be back.
Let's watch it right now. Let's watch it. Film it.
Have mercy on his soul.
Okay, let's see if we can make Boom pass out here. Keep her laughing.
God. Out of water too.
All right, I'll quit. I think my husband's gonna have a heart attack from laughing so hard. He's just been over here laughing.
I can see him over there.
That gets me going.
But get your face back in there, Vince. We would have seen this laughter.
Oh my god! You killed Vince.
God.
I'm gonna put it. So I can remember it. I'm gonna put it inside the DVD.
Hey,
Frame it.
Yeah, frame it. That's your new thumbnail.
Josh, pay special attention to Spanish Chainsaw. LOL. Temporal note.
The buzz is back.
Oh my god.
You'll get it. Don't worry, Hobbs. You'll get it.
I don't know that I can.
You will.
This one went way over.
Oh my god.
All right, guys, I gotta step out because my phone's gonna die on me. But I'll go back in the chat.
No, you stay.
I can't. I'm almost out of energy.
No.
I don't have the power. I don't have the power of the Spanish chainsaw.
Oh my god.
Shark face.
That was so funny as shit.
That's a new movie we could have. Shark face.
Shark face.
It's like Face Off.
Would you shark face?
Oh, there you go.
Bye, Cadaver Club. Now I can breathe a little bit. Now you got it upside down. I don't know if that's better
Yeah,
or
we
worse.
got it upside down.
Oh shit.
Does it look like me or some shit?
No.
Is that me on Flacco?
Well, we do know you be rocking them booty shorts, so yeah.
I do.
You gotta film it. Get you some booty
I bet you never seen an ass like that.
Get you some booty shorts and do your little fashion show. Then learn what a Rickroll is.
Can anybody in the chat besides the people from the Midnight Hour tell me what the joke is?
Let's see if anybody does. Don't get it.
Yeah, my son had.
See, I could be a bad sport and I could just be like, oh, the Spanish chainsaw. But I don't want to do that. I want to know the fucking joke.
It's more that you got Rickrolled.
Rickrolled.
Yeah.
Horror man. Kevin, tell me what Rickrolled means, bro.
Oh, no fair. You got s'mores.
I do.
Oh, my God. Is he still dying? Yeah.
Don't tell me what it is until I figure it out. Never gonna give you up. Gonna let you down.
Oh my
That's
God.
trash. It is so
The horror
special.
man in with the save.
Never gonna
Pay
let you
attention, pay attention to the Spanish chainsaw.
Rickroll was not sure the bigger joke is.
The bigger
This
joke
is an
like
inside
it's
joke
all
between
horror.
Becky, Vince, and Boom.
Oh, sweaty balls.
No, you do have to watch the movie to get, yeah.
I haven't
Yeah.
seen the movie, but the Rickroll was just so funny.
The Rickroll, yeah, it
And the
just,
Vince laugh and got me laughing harder.
They reviewed Spanish
feeding off
chainsaw.
of each other. That's what happened, Hobbs. They're feeding like a feeding frenzy off of each other.
Okay. Rickrolled.
And it was mostly Vincent's fault.
Actually, I don't have to go out and look for it because they sent it to me. Would you like to see the note again?
I'd like to see that not again.
Okay, I gotta pee.
Perhaps I should read it in case since you haven't heard it.
No, that's not. Now you're
Dear
gonna send them again.
Dear Josh, Pay special attention to Spanish chainsaw. LOL. Becky invents.
Oh.
God have mercy.
It's your show. You do what you want. Oh. Oh.
Is he okay?
No.
Is he all right?
My head hurts.
It's from laughing too hard. His face got really red.
Oh my God. What up, Danny B? Is the chainsaw subtitle like the sounds?
That's for us to know and Hobbs to find out.
We're not going to give him any more information.
Is it because I wish I was in Texas?
That's not in Texas.
Actually, what happened was just one thing led to another, led to another. I was just feeding off of everything.
And then he set Boom off, then he set me off.
The Rickroll
Sorry.
was hilarious.
I had a bout of uncomfortable laughter.
It's like one of those laughs where you feel like you're dying.
Yes.
I'm glad I can provide entertainment tonight for everybody. What I can do for you guys.
But you have to do me a favor. You have to review that movie on your channel.
I will do that next. I will review it next.
Yeah. You got to add the note.
Yeah.
I will review it on Wednesday.
That would be a nice little boot up our ass. Hey, here's your note.
Yeah.
I think PDX wants to get it too. Maybe he wants to get Rickrolled as well.
That sounded nice.
Oh my God. I haven't laughed this hard in a long
PDX, right?
Becky always, she always has this fast ones, man. She always comes through towards the end. Those ones that makes everybody crack up. Then we can't get Boom off the floor when she starts laughing. So what do you guys think? 1:30?
Sure.
PDX wants the Spanish Rickroll chainsaw.
That should be a thing we do.
Yeah.
We should just Rickroll everybody with it.
I say we spam our chat with Rickrolls for Hobbs.
Currently looking up Rickroll on my phone.
Oh God.
This may make or break our friendship, folks.
It's not bad, Hobbs.
It's not.
Oh my God.
What does it mean to be Rickrolled? Let's take a look. Rickrolling. Alternatively, Rickrolling or Rickroll is a prank, an internet meme involving the unexpected appearance of the music video for the 1987 song Never Gonna Give You Up. The meme is a type of a bait and switch using a disguised hyperlink that leads to the music video.
Yeah,
Is that a correct depiction of what a Rickroll is to you guys?
Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, you got bait and switch. You went to look for the letter, and all it was.
What?
I can't talk till.
What?
Oh my god, I'm crying. I see you got bait and switched. You went searching for the letter, and when you found it, it was just that little.
Yeah, it was on a fucking Post-it.
That's what's funny.
It was on a fucking thimble.
And Patrick was like, no, don't tell him.
We tried to tell you.
And you were persistent in finding that note.
Oh, I just wanted to be what I do, which is a moron. Hey, Halloween PDX wants to be Rickrolled in Spanish. Can anybody do that?
Oh wow! Well, if I knew Spanish, I know a little bit, but it's the kind that'll get you kicked off of YouTube.
De donde es Rickroll?
Donde está Rickroll?
I can't order off of Taco Bell menu. Does that count?
What'd he say?
Donde está Rickroll?
Oh my god, I'm crying.
Never gonna give you up. I thought it was because I kept playing with my hair and shit. I was like, I'm gonna get it cut soon, all right? I promise.
No.
Like I said,
Boom's gonna pass out. So then I go to put the movie down, and I put it down in my fucking s'more. Now it has chocolate all over it.
What a fitting thing.
That just adds to the mix, doesn't it?
Trust me, you're not gonna cry.
El S'more, El Morte.
I just have one warning about the movie: don't eat while you're watching it.
I'm gonna watch it tonight. Do you guys have another copy? We can do a watch along.
Really, a watch along. A group watch.
There was nothing in Spanish in the trailer. Halloween Fiend PDX is pissed. So what he can do is he can have Boom translate the entire movie for him.
Oh no.
Yeah,
I can't do that. I only know a few words.
Yeah, donde está? Spanish chainsaw. Oh, Joe can. Yeah, literally. I put it down right in. If you can see the back of it, there's chocolate all over this now. Just add to the feel. You know what I'm gonna do? I'm just gonna put it right in the middle of my s'more. Get the marshmallow and everything on it. And just make a sandwich out of it.
Just lick it off. Oh yeah.
Oh my god.
Oh my god.
It's now changed to a Wild Eye Extreme title. Chalupa.
Oh,
Chalupa.
Patrick in with some Spanish.
Nice.
Oh Jesus.
Well, folks, what else do you guys want to talk about other than we can finish up with the Rickroll for the rest of the night? I don't give a shit. Lick it good. You can do it.
Lick it real good.
What the hell?
What's it in Heather's? Lick it up, baby. Lick it up.
That movie. I haven't seen that movie in a long time.
Yeah.
I'm talking about the original Heathers.
Oh, No, I saw the one they had on Joe Bob. But...
Oh, there was
that's
another
the-
one?
That's the original.
Oh, is it? Oh.
Yeah, they did a remake.
Yeah.
Oh,
They did a remake since then,
I did not know.
which
about
wasn't as good.
My
So-
entire bed has trash everywhere on it. It's got a movie with chocolate all over it and marshmallow just sitting next to me. I've turned my bedroom upside down looking for one fucking note.
That's the funny part. We got Tony Baloney in the house.
Oh my God, Tony Baloney, what is up, man? I miss you, brother. Tony Baloney is a good friend of mine. His parents used to do a channel where they would travel in a truck. They were called. Oh my God, it's been so long. Tony Baloney, what's up, buddy? Welcome, Tony. They just pranked me bad, buddy. Tony does pranks on his channel too. He had somebody walk up to him and try to help him fix one of those bottles, like a hairspray bottle. And she walked up to him to fix it, and he sprayed her with silly string.
That's funny.
Oh yeah, it was semi-living. I remember them. They're really good people. How are your parents doing, Tony? Oh, did she? So what's up, guys? Anything you guys want to talk about before the 1:30 midnight hour chat is over? Or hold on, wait. Did you want me to look for another note?
No, I sort of didn't put them in any bombs, sir.
Hey, Hobbs, I got a joke for you.
Oh God.
Okay.
What's white, black, and red all over?
What's that?
Two nuns fighting, rolling down the hill for the last tampon.
That's disgusting, man.
Hey, what did Dracula say to the teacher?
What?
See you next period.
Oh.
Boom's done. She wants to get off the stream now.
Oh man. I'm trying not to get another coughing fit going.
How's your mom, Tony? Is she okay? Did she recover?
I still hear Vince.
What?
Mostly better.
Okay, that's good to know, Tony.
Nice.
Yes, Dracula really did say that. We interviewed him. We should know.
We had the Wolfman last week.
What did he say?
Thank you so much, Tony. We go live, man, every Sunday. You should watch us and hang out with us. You'll see them prank me on the regular. Sometimes we talk about poo.
Yeah. Or we
Sometimes we
just
talk about movies.
Or we get a little everything.
You get a little bit of
Yeah,
everything.
we do.
Sometimes we do spicy stuff. Sometimes we
And other spicy stuff. No.
right. Yeah, you might get some stuff that you can only look at after 12.
Yeah, like the famous saying my father told me. If you're going to use more than 3 fingers, get a lot of lube.
Thank you so much, Tony. I feel like Becky's looking at me. I'm going to go back to my camera.
What, am I like a voodoo priestess? Or
Yeah, like I feel like there's something behind me. I'm like,
There's something
what the fuck's
behind
going on?
No.
What is that thing?
It's like one of those
Moon
lanterns, the Halloween lantern, little light things.
Oh, okay.
It lasts pretty long.
Cool.
It was cool as you can blow it out.
I bet you could blow it out.
Have a great night, guys.
Can you turn it back on though after you blow it out?
Yeah.
Turn around, flip it, twist it, bop it.
If you turn it
Gotta play
back
with it a
on,
little.
you have a candy
Bop it, pull
store.
it, bop it, pull it. Squeeze it, bop it, fuck it, pull it.
What the
Bop it, pull it, squeeze it, bop it, pull it, fuck it.
Move it.
Uh-oh.
Oh, jeez.
Better put down some towels.
It's gonna get squishy fun in here.
Well,
I can hear him giggling.
who's laughing?
I think I hear Vince giggling.
Vince is giggling.
This is the funnest he's had ever since last week on the chat.
Yeah.
I have so much fun, I don't know what to do with myself. Can you tell?
Hell to the no.
Hell to the no.
Oh. No, we'll just see a
Really?
What happened?
It's flicking my ear.
It's
Like-
flicking your ear.
Bye, Tony.
Nobody's safe in the house, not even the cats.
Oh, jeez. Thank you, Tony, for coming, buddy. Tell your
Never know
parents
what
say
Dad
hello
was
and I
up
miss
to.
them.
Come here, dragon. Say hi to everybody. Come here. You probably heard that. Maybe not. Come here a little bit further. They don't see you yet. Here it goes. Hi, everybody.
And I would go away.
Yeah, I just saw
Now
him
he's showing. Now he's showing everybody his ass.
like normal.
What do you want? Really? You don't say. Oh, it was $250, huh?
Shake the Temptations bag? What the hell's that?
Shake the temptation bag.
Oh, it's treats. Never mind. It took me a minute.
You're thinking it was something else?
Yeah.
I
was
just
going
don't
on
like
that.
treats, and they don't like the Temptations. We tried everything.
Including the
really?
music.
Oh my God. Yeah, we tried every kind of treat, and they don't like any of them. They just want like, CAN food and just a regular food. That's it.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have to spell it in this house because if we say the word.
Oh yeah, we got to spell certain things here too, and then we had to like spell things, but have a word relating to a certain thing because she learned what the spelling was.
Yeah.
I got to do that with Rocky, too. When she needs a BATH, I got to do that with her. I seriously sent Cheetah a 9-pound bag of treats for Paladin 4
Wow.
weeks ago, and they're gone. I'm not talking regular food either.
No.
These are treats, and they're gone. Either Patrick's eating them also, or
Or you giving too many.
Oh, have you heard the thing about Vince and the pepperonis?
hell no.
When we used to have a dog, you get the pepperonis, one for the dog and one for him. And that's how most males do it. Admit it. Admit it.
Pepperonis.
Yeah, pepperonis.
Apparently, Cheetah has a safe word for cats.
A safe word for cats.
Everybody's new safe word is Hobbs.
That would be a little awkward.
Yeah.
Hobbs. Spanish chainsaw.
Oh.
I got to keep all my boxes. I'm so glad I did tonight.
Yeah.
I provide entertainment for other people so they can laugh.
Don't feel
Oh my
bad.
God.
I'm a walking asshole.
I've got bubble wrap all over my bed.
Ooh. Sounds
A
like
DVD with chocolate all over it and marshmallow. Notes from the spices. Rick fucking rolled.
Oh my
My name is Josh Hobbs and I got Rick rolled.
That was some funny ass shit though.
Boom, you fucking
Anybody's
lost.
been rickrolled at least 1 or 2 times. Guess
see-
who does it to me?
He does that to you?
Yeah. He rickrolls me.
What type of pranks do you guys play on each other? Wait, don't answer that.
I was like, I don't know what to say.
Yeah. Wait, don't answer that.
Oh. Best
Hey
prank
Becky,
I
did you
pulled
come home with some brownies?
No.
Yeah.
Because you guys are having a lot of fun.
Best prank
Well,
I
I will tell part of my reasoning for having a lot of fun. I turned in my last piece of work for this term this
Oh,
morning.
nice.
So I
Hell
have
yeah.
now a week off before the next term starts. Yeah, they only give us
Enjoy
a
it.
week. Yay, a week! But you're happy for what you get.
How close are you to finishing or whatnot?
I have no idea. I just keep on taking classes. I have to talk to my advisor, but he's on the East Coast. I'm on the West.
Yeah.
It gets interesting.
Well, you could just Rickroll him if he pisses you off.
I mess with potential scam calls all the time.
Yeah, I heard about that yesterday. I went back and read the chat. What did you announce that you're a game show host or some shit?
Hello, you have reached. You are now caller 15. You have won a paid vacation to the Bahamas. Please tell us your name and number, and we will get back to you.
They hung up on him. That's pretty
You know what
funny.
I'm going to do? I'm going to have you send me that, and I'm going to use that as my voicemail on my phone.
I need to start using that too because I get so many ridiculous spam calls. It's just
I get calls in the morning. The first thing you hear is this Joshua Hobbs? Yeah. What condition is the warranty on your car? Would you like to extend it for another 10 years? I'm like, fuck off.
Yeah, I keep on getting the warranty, and you know what's even funnier? He gets the warranty on his car. He doesn't have a car. Hell, he doesn't even have a driver's license, and they're calling him about this.
You have to record that conversation.
Yeah.
Record that conversation next time. I want to hear what he says to him.
There's this one. I answer the phone and I go, I am Job. I am Job.
Have you done the one where you answer it and go, hello? Oh, just kidding. Leave a message.
Yeah.
That's what I told him.
You don't understand how devoted I used to be. I used to have a boom box just for fucking with people. I would play music from the boom box while I was fucking with them.
Damn. Gangsta.
I was like, if I'm going to fuck somebody up, I'm going to do it with a soundtrack.
It's like at a Home Alone, you know? Keep the change, you filthy animal.
And when he was saying that I am Job part, I told him to say TT, which is, like I said, I was pretty sure it was penis.
Penis.
Along. Yeah, because my friend PJ would sometimes speak and tag along, and I picked up on that.
Well, folks, we're down to 4 people, which is everybody in the midnight hour. So,
yeah, I'm one of them.
Apparently, everybody's gone to bed but us. So, I want to thank everybody for coming out. Are you guys good?
Adios, amigos.
Hasta luego.
Dear Marte Spanish Chainsaw. Good night, everybody.
Night.
Oh, wait. PDX is in the house. Derek, we'll see you on your stream, buddy. We'll see you next time. Good night, everybody. Peace.